Way too many faces in the crowd, but I think that I see you. One too many days got me changing up the way that I need you. Now we're both at a bar, acting like it's not hard, trying to feel something different. Talk to somebody new, kinda wish it was you, kinda numb to the feeling. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Not that you're gone, I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Laying on my floor, thinking about all the things that we've been through. From 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to.
Your lips are stained with fiction. You always have your reasons, and I spell you rotten. Your hands are sealed in pockets. You fill them with your secrets. To you, I am nothing. I am. Your kiss, sweet like poison. You know you make me reckless. I'll run, but you are friction. Your touch feels like heaven. You make me hate all my sins. You are my religion. My religion. I have a million reasons to leave you, but I have a billion reasons to keep you. I have a million reasons to
Welcome to Redirect Monthly number 14. In the booth, it is me, Ground Zero, as always, well, mostly anyways, and joining us for the first time is Llama himself as my duo today. How we doing, homie?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. What better way to start out the weekend on this Saturday morning for me with some Rocket League? So I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's a fantastic weekend, as mentioned, and we're excited to see a great game for this monthly. We've got two great teams as well. It's been a very interesting tournament with how it's played out. Sadly, we don't get to see the usage of the hype chamber with the Tesco card in it because that team just lost. But nonetheless, we will see Feel It and the Boys, who are the two teams that are playing, and they are both the number 1 and the number 2 seed here. One's 2120 which is the average seed, so 2100 team versus a 2K team in this point. So it's going to be very interesting to see how well these teams play off for each other, and I believe we should be soon ready. There's only one person here who's taking their time. They're in the gentleman's bathroom right now, so we're going to have to wait until then. But we should be getting, soon to get it started in a minute, in a hot minute. So between these two, let's do a bit of predictions. It's a best of 5 here in the semi-finals. Sorry, I believe just the one before the grand finals there, Llama. So who do you feel will win it? Would you think it's gonna be Feel It, or do you think it's gonna be the Boys?
Man, I mean, talking about those rankings that you talked about, for Feel It, I mean, coming in as the number 1 seed, you can't bet against them, right? I mean, even though the Boys, I like the name, I like having the BH in there, but I think I want as many games as possible today. I want to see as much Rocket League as possible, but Feel It, I think the number 1 seed, why not put some chips on them?
You know what? I don't disagree with them because it makes sense. They're the number 1 seed for a reason, and they're also gonna be, it's a lot to hold for. The Boys, though, it oftentimes tends to be a very close game. So hey, like you said, why not have it all the way? But I do have to probably put it in hand for the Boys instead here because they got a fantastic name, in my opinion. I'm gonna be a little bit different from you. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 3-2 though. It's gonna be a very close game, and they're all in and ready, Llama, for the start of the best of 5 here as the kickoff timer does tick down and the kickoff is underway. At Han and IceHorde starting us off here. Great beginning and a possible double tap nearly coming in. Han gets a shot saved.
I already like the offense getting going, and you know what? I agree with you. I want to go all 5 games. I want to see a super close one, and I want to see all of some great shots just like that first one. The important thing, I feel like, again, you're in this upper bracket. You still have that secondary life if you do lose this series. However, this first game, very important to set the tone for the entirety of the best of 5. So I like the way the Boys are already getting their offense going. However, a slip up on defense will allow Feel It to strike first.
Feel It. Well, they're not number 1 for no reason. Han bumped halfway through, and not only that, his play utilized as a pass for the goal. So it's one way to get your opponents engaged in your own passing play here. Feel It. Well, they're feeling themselves, no doubt about that, after that first goal coming in. So they've already got that good headway on the scoreboard. Han, no boost, trying to make his distance as fast as possible to get to that ball. Could have had a decent redirect. He was ready and in position for a shot here. Unfortunately, Merci will not allow that to happen. Han, fantastic redirect and great passing play, but sadly, just nothing really coming about it from there. And another shot blocked by IceHorde. As they come about, the Boys are having a very rough time right now, trying to even supersede any kind of challenge in Feel It's half here.
It's a little bit tough right now. They're going to have to find some confidence, and that ability to score is going to be something important as well. Definitely do not want to end this first game off with a 0 on that scoreboard. Demolition on 1, Khan with no boost. A little bit awkward on that backside. The shot is barred down off the post, and somehow the save is made. Lucky enough, the 4th man of the Boys' defense steps up, but they are really feeling the pressure from Feel It.
Yeah, Feel It are really not allowing them to do any of much here. They're always marking the players. They're in position. They're actually enabling themselves as well by utilizing their teammates all the time, which I haven't really seen just yet from the side of the Boys. But hey, you know what? Give them time. Maybe they're a late-coming team. They need some time to develop. But they've had a lot of time during this tournament. No doubt about it. That doesn't mean that they're going to be ready for the number 1 seed straight right off the bat after having beaten teams that they were better than. Oh, good bump off the backboard, though. Icon looking for a shot. Not an iconic shot, though. Unfortunately, no goal. Yeah, and then Merci will be blocked once again. Han, so close for a goal. IceHorde blocked off the post, and it just floats away once again to the ceiling. It's going to be Icon ready for a pass. Han off the ceiling, touchdown, and it's saved by Detrone. in the midfield. Isaac will be blocking it. Half the game left here and still 1-0 in favor for Feel It.
Still holding on to that lead. However, I will say for the boys, they've had a lot of really good opportunities. Now 5 shots, all 5 of them saved. This one, Khan is out here breaking axles and tying up the game.
This reminds me of that dribble from JNaps they did versus FaZe, and oh my god, that was so clean, completely faked out silence. He's been silenced, nothing from him there anymore, because they got a tie-in goal just as the halfway mark was reached. And now it's a game between these two demons here as they will try and take the lead at any moment possible. Opportunity now for Khan. He hasn't really done anything just yet until a passing play, and he gets it to Icon, who gets an open net, rewarded as the boys take the lead.
Just a little bit awkward up in the air, able to capitalize off of that mistake. The pass was absolutely perfect from Khan. And they are going to take the lead, like you mentioned. The boys on top. With about 2 minutes left to go here in this first game. Best of 5 winners final. Now, for Feel It, they haven't had the most shots on the board, even though they had the offensive pressure to start out the game. They're going to need to get some more opportunities for themselves because it feels like their passing plays are on point. But right now, a couple of those defensive mistakes really sitting on that back pocket.
Yep. As you said there, Llama, still a lot of time though. The night is very young, and the game is very young in this case. If the time still will go by, and it's a best of 5, so you never know when the other team might come back. The other side, though, Feel It have had a very good start. Doesn't mean it's going to be a very good ending. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and that Tron will go for reset to Mercy. Mercy up in the air. Double tap possible. Low boost opening. Broken up here. They shatter through the defense of the boys as Silence gets the goal.
It's a beautiful goal because it's the aerial plays from Mercy that get past to. The shot is one that barely slips inside of that left post, but still finds a way to break through that defense. Passing play, communication, and tying up this game off the kickoff. Have to be a little bit careful. Icon has a boost to handle it across the backboard. The real question is, what is the response going to be now? Feel It was able to answer the 2 back-to-back goals that were scored from the boys. However, the boys still have 9 shots in this game. Feel It are going to need some more offense and probably want to end this one in regulation.
Yeah, they got 1 minute left. It's not a lot of time. Unless the couple of seconds are one that are vital to get a goal, and that was a very close setup here. Oh, Icon, good control, fantastic. Double flip reset. He's got a musty flick nearly to pass it over the midfield line, but not going to happen. Isaac will take back possession. The ball flowing down. Mercy, only 1 touch to the ball. Cut to the corner, and fighting over possession is Isaac and Khan. Icon joining the fray in the challenge. Silence blocking it before he can progress to their corner here. And Mercy, double tap. Oh, nearly getting it, but right to the opponent, Khan. Sneaks away possession, a shot there, opportunity blocked again, 1 more 50. Icon awkward, so's the Throne. It seems the whole team of Feel It just struggling to remove his ball from their own corner. Don't have any much resources in their tanks as well to really help them out. In comparison, the boys having a swell time, pushing this ball away, and oh my god, before I speak any further, tragedy strikes for the boys.
Just a simple mistake. You see that pass, you see the teammate, you see where the connection was going to be for the boys. But you mentioned it, Feel It, with no boost, are able to intercept it, are able to get the job done, and are able to take the lead. 10 seconds left to go. It's got to be a response from the boys if they want to stay in this first game. It might be too little, too late. They're going to have to score at the 0-second marker. Zerk is going to go up for the double down to the teammate, but Khan can't hold it up. Feel It victorious with the late surge in game number 1.
What a fantastic game brought upon. For the first one, it's a very, very good solid start between both teams, but there's only one that can stand up on top. It's going to be Feel It. Just as they started, they will be the ones to end the story in the first game. Anfield Knight is dominated by them, but points-wise, it's a good spread between both sides. It's quite even, as we mentioned, man. That's honestly, it's within expectations that this game would be one that would be very close. These two are the top 2 seeded teams. So Feel It, they kind of had a good back and forth. It felt like there was, losing hope here as the game went by the time they couldn't get a tie-in goal here. But you know what? They got lucky somewhat there by mistaking the corner from the opponents. The boys throwing away possession a bit too easily. I feel, and that rough ending there will give Feel It the win that they needed. So now they're 1-0 up on the scoreboard.
Up by 1. Of course, is this best of 5, so a little bit longer of a series than that best of 3. Have some time to respond. If you are the boys, I feel like it's tough to say to change anything because you did have so many shots, you had so many great opportunities, and that mid part of the game was all you. We'll see if they can make those changes necessary, patch up some of those mistakes here in game number 2.
Oh, they still have, as you mentioned, a total of 5 games if they can push it all the way to there. But the boys might just start us off with the first goal. Good save by Merci as he managed to just pop it to the corner. But Icon bringing it right back. He's changed to the Octane and a very awkward preset. Oh my god, never mind. Who cares about the preset? Han got a goal.
This is what we needed to see, though. We saw a couple of those opportunities, not only at the start of this game, but also in that last game, and were not followed up upon. The passing play is beautiful, forcing 2 of those opponents to jump and still finding a way to slice on through. It is an early lead here from the boys. Of course, early lead does mean we've still got tons of time left as Dan goes aerial and almost slots that one top right corner.
Would have been nice to see from Dan. A tie-in goal in early would have, really added in nice to the story because the energy between these two are electric right now as they're going back-to-back. Isaac! What a save from Merci. As yes, he's brought back Mercy to his team. They cannot let a goal go away right away. It's been rough to even try and get a 1-goal tie, and they're trying their best not to give away another one at the same time. Icon might have a great opportunity to push it away. Passing play between these two in the midfield as Icon struggling with no boost. Can't push it away for too long. Oh, this one might be on the setup. What a goal!
What a play. I mean, this is awesome. On the 50 to start from Mercy, and then, on their third teammate, and then Mercy gets a nice passing play, dimes up their teammate absolutely beautifully. 1-1, all tied up. I love to see that response, and you said it best. It's the number 1 and 2 seed. I wouldn't expect any difference.
Oh, yeah. 1-1 now, and it's only been barely a minute, so if this is what we're seeing in a minute happen here, Llama, I want to see what happens with the rest of the game. Last one was a 3-2 game win. What a save from Icon! Han, though, taking possession, controlling that for not for too long, though. Sadly, losing it to the opponents, and Han now right back at it again. Saved the flip from the side wall, getting a flip reset himself, and sadly, it's not going to work out too much, but it might be a pass. Isaac! Oh my god, a bar down shot, and on 0 boost gets the goal.
Again, it's the difference of this game of adding that extra little bit of effort. In that previous game, they had so many shots, so many close attempts that went off the woodwork that they weren't able to follow up upon. This time, they have answered again, holding on to the lead once more after that early goal. We'll see what the response is from Feel It, who, by the way, are still up that game from winning in game number 1. If they could win this second game, could really take control of the series, give them 3 opportunities to close things on out. But it just feels like, for the boys, they're controlling the zone. They're not giving away that possession, and they're almost finding another.
They quite really have their number right now from the side of the boys, and I agree with you, Berlama. It feels like they finally found their mark. They know what to do. Maybe they're more adapted in this case to the playstyle of the opponents here. Feel It. Well, they're definitely feeling the pressure, that's for sure. With 1 more goal taken away, they're going to have to do another run chase. And I don't think it's a position they really like and are too much comfortable with. They did manage to win the last one off a run chase. But oh my god, what a save from Dan. Popping it at the last second, but the pressure still fluctuating in their half of the corner here, as everyone and their mother is here in the lobby, is just stuck in the corner just trying to get a goal from the side of the boys.
Everyone's here. Everyone wants to score. Everyone wants to try and get their hands on it. I do have to be a little bit careful. One of those goals in that last game was scored off those long-range clears, caught them stepping too far forward. However, the passing plays are good. It would have been beautiful if you could have hit that double-touch Con off with the crossbar, but they're not done. That's the important thing, putting in the extra effort. Mercy finally will get some sort of clear on through, but it's only to midfield. The boost is to nothing, and Con is once again in the paint, just messing with everybody. Oh, danger is on the doorstep of this Feel It goal.
Oh no, it's not only that, but it's arrived nearly. 1 more block, 1 sway, delayed for a little bit, but it's come nonetheless. Isaac playing off of a save from Dan as he struggled just to pre-flip into the save there. Great pinch, but sadly not for too long before a goal goes in. No matter what, it was just inevitable. Llama. As less than 2 minutes have come here now, we've got a 2-goal buffer from the side of the boys here, and I've no doubt that they're going to be able to, even out the scoreboard in the best of 5 series here coming in. So this game definitely looks like it might be taken away all the way to a game 5, more than likely.
That'd be awesome. I know both of us already said it. We want to see as many as we can get, and they are just styling on them now. Icon with their 4th assist of the game. What a pass. Khan placed themselves perfectly, and the boys extend their lead to 3.
That's a highlight shot, Llama. That's a highlight. That is a gorgeous highlight shot coming in from them. Beautiful plays. Icon with a musty flick from the side wall and an ending there from Han, positioned perfectly. Will give them, well, a 3-goal buffer, and I think this is a position they're going to be very happy with after getting struck on a loss there from the last one. Only by 1 goal, nonetheless, losing it out to the team of Fail It. I think this one is one where they want to bring it back, and they've truly brought in the energy. What an angle from IceHorde. That was ridiculous.
Side corner angle, and just finds a way, slams it in from who other than Icon on the passing play. 5 assists on the 5 goals here in this game number 2. The boys have stepped up. They are at double-digit shots once again to the only 3 from the Feel It side. And I think one of the big problems is Ground Zero. They have just had no boost to even play out of their own zone. They can't score. They can't get anything done. And they've been trapped in that own defensive side.
Yeah, they've been forced on the defense for too long, and I feel that that's what's really annoyed them. They weren't really ready to be pressured like this, and everywhere they've been dominant in any factor, especially in the midfield, seemed to be exactly where they keep getting blocked, and Han did not want to let that goal go in this time. He wants this game to end in the last couple of seconds, and so he denied a shot from his own team. But this is what you mean. This is a team who's here having the time of their lives. They feel absolutely no pressure from Feel It right now, whereas Feel It, they've been stopped on the attacks in the corner, have had their resources continuously depleted every single time before they can even begin to counterattack.
Yeah, they have nothing to work with, and finally we will get the counterattack here. A little bit of a slip through the midfield, and it's Silence, a nice pass up towards Dan, who was waiting in that midfield. Khan was just sitting on that boost pad. I know we've all felt that, like, okay, when's the boost gonna spawn? Okay, man, seriously, when's the boost go? Okay, man, okay, we're done joking around. When's the boost gonna spawn? Okay, it's a go.
Yeah. Well, last couple of seconds, games nearing completion here, and I have no doubt that it's one that they're going to be happy to see the end of here. A very confident game taken away from the boys, and just going to see when it dies here. Our last second goal, perhaps? Nope, no consolation goal going to be handed at any way to the opposite team. The boys will be ones to take away this game very confidently, as in this case as well. In comparison to the last one, where there's only a 1-goal difference, this one has a much larger differential, which I think might be the theme that might be set from the boys if they continue playing like this the way they were in, Forbidden Temple. I'm genuinely very impressed with their performance in this game.
I am too. I think that kind of, you look at game number 1 to game number 2, they had some similarities in that the boys did control the midfield line. They were getting forward and mainly stealing away some of those resources, the boost. But the big difference in that last game was Field was able to make incredible saves, was able to get clears down the field, and was able to relieve some of that pressure on the defensive side. This time around, it wasn't there. The follow-up was good. The passing plays, and Icon had an MVP performance with those 5 assists on all 5 of the goals. So Field, of course, did win that first game. It does mean our series is equalized 1-1, but they're going to have to find ways to get out of this zone here in this third game.
It's the swing game. The breakaway game is what I like to call it personally. And it's one that, definitely sets a setup of a difference between these teams, because that's the case of either you tie in with the other team or you take it away for a 3-1, right? And especially in a best of 5, even though it may not be a best of 3, it is still a tight game if you're having a rough start. So, trying to find a reverse comeback in this situation is going to be slightly difficult. Not just for one team, but for both teams here, because the pressure is on them. They're the first team that's going to be streamed here in the finals. And you're already coming off trying to outdo everybody after coming off a very, very long tournament as well at the same time. Oh, no.
A lot of pressure on you, and as the number 1 seed, we were wondering where the response was going to be. It's after kickoff, I love what Mercy does here. Just delays, and then Dan can come in to find a slice through the 2 teammates. to opponents rather that did step their way on forward. So I love this answer, Grounds here. The question is, can Feel It hold this lead?
Well, it's going to be a very, very important question, no doubt, as Dantrone, I believe he aimed for a flip reset, not able to grab it. So IceHorde now with possession off the side wall, either trying to find a teammate, going for the flip reset. This is solo play. Goes out to the ground. Fantastic setup. Han, an open net after a smoke bomb was set off on the goal line.
I mean, Zerk did so much, like you said. Kind of giving their own life, doesn't actually get the demo that they would have wanted, but you know, it distracts those two opponents, gets their teammate a perfect pass, and that is poetry in motion. We are evened up very quickly. The demolition might have just saved the goal away, and now with a double demo, Mercy's gonna flick it high, top right, and not be able to slam it home just yet. Bouncer, centering, this is the offense. This is some really good pressure that Feel It is showing. They need to keep this up and cannot get trapped in their own defensive side.
Well, we've seen what happens when they do get stuck. They can't even escape the clutches of the pressure that they feel from the side of the Bhoys.
I will say, as we continue to keep on going with a minute already off the clock, still this tied up game, back-to-back, both these two teams, obviously, number 1 and number 2 seed, deserving of this spot already here in their place in the tournament. The question is going to be, like we talked about, this third game, who steps up? Who's going to be able to score, take that lead, and not only take the lead in the game, but also take the lead in that series score? If you can get to that 2-1, and get those two opportunities to try and close things on out. And Silence is going to be able to score a second for the team. We asked it, Mercy answers, and it's a triple team passing play that scores him a second. Looks like we did lose Ground Zero here for just a second. We'll try our best to get him back, but right now, still, like we said, in this game number 3, Feel It being able to score on 2 goals of their 3 shots, though. 67% conversion rate, 66, whatever you want to call it. The Bhoys need to find a response here quickly. After winning that second game, have been slowed down, not been able to find their offense. Icon, as well, really hasn't been able to find those passing plays as well either. As we continue on down the line, we'll have to keep an eye on that player. Right now, though, minimal boost on the backside for Feel It. They have to play a good defensive touch, and Icon, we said it, gotta keep your eye on him, because he can not only pass, he can shoot as well. Look at this one. Sharpshooter, top right corner. All tied up. 3 minutes left to go for these two teams here in our winners final. Again, winner of this one moves on to that grand final best of 7 with the game advantage in their back pocket. Khan with a chance. Saved away from Dan very quickly. I love that step up. I love the opportunity to be able to now transition this up the field as Dan drops it down to a teammate. Mercy with the demolition will blow up the back line and Feel It retake the lead.
That was quite the goal coming in from Mercy, though, there, a fantastic shot. And I'm really liking the way that, you know, if Feel It said if we can't overcome them, we might as well just delete them from the lobby to save ourselves the time, and they're finding fantastic openings. They haven't really overcommitted a lot of these, and fantastic timing on those demos gets them equally some very, very good openings that get them a goal like right here, right now. Dantrone 4-2, Feel It right back in this game.
Dan has been stepping up here in the later portions of this series. I love how Mercy kind of cuts off the net, even though it doesn't necessarily touch any opponent. It makes sure that there's no counter play, no interception of that ball. Acts as a little bit of a linebacker for their shooter, but talk about a sharp shooter. It is Zerk again off the kickoff. It is a shootout here in this game 3.
That's a fantastic shot coming in off the kickoff as well. Let it rip. 4-3. They're not going to be happy with giving this game so freely over to their opponents. Now it's Mercy and Silence now off the kickoff. Han taking his time with the ball. 4-3 is only the thing that separates these two teams. Similar in the way that it's only a 1 goal difference like it was in the first game. And ooh, that is not good for the side of the Bhoys. Kind of bumped each other midway through that aerial. And Icon getting absolutely decked by IceHorde, leaving an opening for Dantrone to send it flying home. 5-3, they're back up with that 2-goal buffer.
Back and forth, shootout like we said. This is not a defense game. We're playing no defense rules. It is all offense, all green light to hit that go button. And for Feel It, they've got the 5. They've got the hat trick for Dan. Now the boys, what is your response? Because I feel like this shootout isn't really what you want to be in. You talk about where you've been succeeding. Was that more control the midfield, be able to find those passes? And maybe they just say, we've got the shooters to match. Khan will find their 2nd and the 4th for the team.
Fantastic shot. What a passing play, Han. Beautiful goal coming in. And no way to stop that shot. Far too fast for them to even react to. You're going to have superhuman reaction skills to that one. But 5-4, 2 minutes left. And it's been a fantastic back and forth. They're really just not focusing on defense much, it seems, for these two teams. And oh my god! Han!
Out of nowhere. I mean, first, what is this, by the way, from IceHorde? The pass into Icon, and it's just fluidity. All 3 get involved. It's like they're playing one single mind, and the passing play is beautiful to tie things up. 10 goals here in total, and Icon might just be adding another across the crossbar. Khan has got the follow-up, and it is a lead again as this keeps going back and forth.
Mercy so desperate to save another first one. Tried and did succeed of popping off the woodwork, hits off the ball, and out it goes. But sadly, Han was ready for the follow-up. Han, the triple time scorer, he's got a hat trick. And this man is on fire here. But let's give equal credit to the teammates because they've done such an incremental part towards the whole success of the team Bhoys here with the way that they've been playing. IceHorde, a blockage occurring in front of the net. Dan throwing a demo on Han. They really got to start marking this man because he's been the main goal scorer, the main aggressor. You've got to be able to get one more goal, but do what you did and, bump out the opponents and demo them as you did last time. It seems to be an effective strategy, controlling that ball right now. It's going to be Mercy. A touchdown from Icon. IceHorde, no boost. Icon looking for a bump and a shot. Didn't come from IceHorde, sadly. Too slow. IceHorde now with boost. And oh my god, what a lethal angle coming in from him.
Just the aerial 1v1. It's pretty much a penalty kick at this point. And again, Khan still involving themselves on all 7 goals, whether that be the passing, whether that be the scoring, is on the scoreboard for all of them. And especially this late in the game, that goal is so deadly. 1 minute left to go here. Feel It need to find a response here. They had a 2-goal lead, but it has just been a run up from the boys, and they will continue it. They want to keep on shooting, keep on scoring, and hold on to this possession.
Aerial play coming in from Dan. He tried his best. Silence could be going for a shot. Han, and it's going to be Icon pushing forward. No boost. Stops that shot from aggressing forward here. And touching from IceHorde. Good redirect and a great pass from his teammate Icon. But sadly, Khan will be there to block it once more. They can't progress past their own half here. It seems once again they're stuck rotating through between their own corners from the side of Feel It. And it's that hot sitting kitchen. You're touching the stove consistently and it's burning them, Feel It, because they can't do anything to defeat this team right now that is on fire. Dan throwing a pass coming in. One more possible consolation goal for the confidence. It's going to be blocked once more by Icon. Han pushes it past. Last couple of seconds. Icon keeps it up. Silence. It's going to be Mercy instead who pushes that ball forward, passing down the midfield. Flip reset from Han, and Icon now still trying to pop it off before it falls to the ground. It's still bouncing on 0 seconds here.
Yeah, just bouncing back and forth. Unfortunately, cannot score 2 goals in the 0 seconds. So the boys will be victorious. Back-to-back games for them as they move to 2-1 on the series. Just 1 game away from getting themselves to the grand final. The game advantage and the guaranteed prize pool that comes along with it. But I gotta feel like, Ground Zero, if this was going to be a game that one of these 2 teams was going to win, it was going to be Feel It. This was more, I feel like, their style, but the boys just matched it so well.
Oh yeah, it truly did feel like Feel It were right back. They were going to have a nice little back and forth. The boys came off very confident in the last game, but it would have been something that would be destroyed maybe in this breakaway game as mentioned in the DFH Stadium. But suddenly here, the boys put up absolutely a fantastic game. That one bump on the aerial from IceHorde, I felt like he wanted to really prove himself from that mistake there, and he wanted to get retribution in this case from his own mistake, and he did so. I think far exceeding any expectations we had from him, and he absolutely popped off along with Khan, and the passing plays and the chemistry from the boys has just not depleted in any moment from between the, the full 5 minutes. They came on with nearly double-digit goals there between these two.
It's absolutely true. The double-digit goals, the double-digit shots, it feels like, in every single game. And now, on the ropes of going down towards the lower bracket, feel it, are going to have to find a response game right here, right now. No more time to wait. They're already on this offense. Out the kickoff, Dan! Crunk off the crossbar! Post to post for the most. The defense just holds on for the boys.
That was a fantastic save and a very tense one. Kept you on the edge of your seats there. Icon could be getting a shot here. And it goes out. He saves his own goal. And he did it again. No! On the 50 versus Silence. This is two post-to-post action. Both teams getting involved in it. The opposite side said, why not? But it came from your opponent. Icon was the one to do it. And he finally hits the post again. He is in love with that post. Tell me what kind of marital affair he has with that post right now, because this one first minute coming in between these two has just been nothing but the post. It's been the main goal stopper, but we finally got a goal scorer in the form of Dan Tron.
Oh, it feels so bad after the multiple opportunities that the boys had. Dan will take it the other way, clear the defense and score a goal, but I'm less worried about the post. I think we need to check Icon's PayPal, saving 2 of the shots that would have gone in for goals. Of course, the boys, they're going to have to recover. They still have some time to, and feel it. Keep going after this. This is a moment where you need to try and extend your lead. Do not let it sit at just 1, because we know the boys can score.
Oh yes, they got great potential. They more than likely can do it too. Oh, I can't wait. What's happening here? What? What if... okay, interesting maneuver there, Han. Fantastic shot. Icon pushing forward, and he did get a bump. Actually, I felt like there wasn't a bump happening, but it did happen on the last man's Silence, and removed from the goal line, and no score is gonna be possible. 1-1, another game tie in just a couple of seconds.
I just back up, and I love the linebacker play. I love how physical this team of the boys is, and especially as this number 2 seed, a little bit more to prove here to try and move on towards that grand final. Like we said, for both these two teams, neither one is going to be eliminated if they lose this matchup. Still have that lower bracket to drop on down to. However, it feels like the boys are getting back towards that game 2 rhythm where they step up towards this center line. They're able to just hold all the boost and all the resources together. Demolition will slow things down for just a little bit. Dan not able to entirely intercept. I like that back pass though. Keep trying to get those clears and those opportunities.
Yeah, a great pass coming into the midfield from Dan, but I felt like his teammate wasn't really wanting to get in on the better part of the action. Isaac, pass to Icon from the side wall. Fantastic redirect. He snipped that ball there to Isaac in the far corner. Push up to the midfield, and Icon might have another shot, but too far wide. Low boost, can angle at the last second. Silence now with possession. Find off on the midfield in the air, and they both beat it out. Isaac now as Mercy gets a blockage in midfield. Pass possibly to his teammate, but Silence wants to get blocked to Dan Trone. It's just a fight in the midfield. Nothing else is happening. The ball has not progressed forward past that until Mercy finally gets it on 0 boost here, and Han and Isaac just pinch it between each other, and Silence is just completely moved past that ball. But a bit of a bad judgment call from him, but Dan Trone still in the corner with 100 boost finally popped into his tank here. He's full and ready, capable to possibly play it over Isaac's head, but it's not going to be, it's going to be the opposite rather, as Silence does clear it down once again. 2 minutes left, and this is the closest game we've seen between both sides. They really do not want to make a mistake, especially in the case of Feel It, as they are on match point loss.
Not make that mistake at this point, and especially after this game was a little bit back and forth to start, it has slowed down quite a lot. You mentioned this battle back and forth in the center of the field. That's what it's been. I like to see those extra challenging plays. Those still play with confidence here for the boys. It's going to be kind of a triple commit, but not all 3 go up to touch it. Feel It are going to have to recover on this defensive side, try to get this clear on out. Again and again, we've seen so many times the boys be able to keep this play alive. 90 seconds left to go. You're talking about a squad that is up a game here in the series. All they need is 1 or 2 goals to seal this thing away.
Yeah, that's all that we need is one more final nail in the coffin. Do we get it now? Icon getting a very good flip cancel. Had some power to it. Just not enough to pierce through that defense. As of now, a good demo in the back. Silence removed. Icon going to be Han looking for a play. Musty flick opportunity blocked by Messi as Dan Trone just misses the ball. Be a save in the midfield once again. Dan Trone struggling just to overpower it, but he does it in the end. Han being passed into the corner. It's stuck again. It's going to be a very awkward position to remove themselves out from. And Han getting a bump and land forward. IceHorde misses the shot completely off the post and bar. Out it goes. Ball floating down on the red danger zone. Floating shot and hit off the post again. Opportunity still here possible. 34 seconds. They're taking their time here, both of them. But only one can stand on the podium.
Only one. Only one can win this game, and with 24 seconds left, it's looking more and more like we might be headed to that overtime to decide it. We need to study that most valuable post at MVP, see what they are doing, because it seems like they just got magnets inside of it. Every single shot drifting towards it. Icon, not an opportunity they were able to slam towards the net, but now up in the air, no boost to work with. The save is in, but is the follow-up there from IceHorde? It's a save at the last second. Can this squad keep it up off the ground? This could be the entire series. The shot, the save, and the overtime.
Oh, what a fantastic blockage flying in the last moment, the crucial moment here. Save that shot, pushing this game to an OT, and now the golden goal will have that golden moment. We might just find it. IceHorde missing the ball again. Tragic, but the game will move on as both sides try and break a leg. A shot might be coming in, and oh my god, this is unfortunate for Icon as he misses another open net. Passing plays between these two, well, specifically from the side of the boys, is fantastic. IceHorde shooting it in, and he clutches it for the boys. The seed number 2 with a fantastic game, overpowering the number 1 seed. Feel it. We'll be losing this one.
We're dropping on down to that lower bracket. The series falling 3-1 in favor of the boys. And I mean, the tough thing I feel like now for any team that's going to be walking back up from that lower bracket to that grand final is it feels like the boys, sure, they lost that game number 1. They had a couple of more shootout games, but it feels like they have less weaknesses. Every single one of their players stepped up at a different moment. You talk about the Icon game where he had 5 assists. Sure, didn't score a single goal on net, but assisted every single other one. And then you talk about the Con game, 4 goals, 3 assists. It feels like the whole entire team is just playing as one unit. They're going to be tough to take down.
Oh, it's a whole different demon now from the side of the boys. Well, I think with a fantastic setup to them, with this finals being played out, was probably one of their better performances. I have no doubt they're going to be able to keep up this consistency, but for Feel It, it's not the end of the world. You know, there's no doom to be signed here just yet. So thankfully, they still do have another bit of hope. Now, who they play will decide that part in the lower finals because, well, the boys do have a game advantage, and that's always sought out after no matter what there. It's a very, very good advantage to have, Lama.
I mean, it's huge. You just saw the previous series that you lose 3-1. Now, technically, if you have that same scoreline in the best of 7, you're going to lose anyway 4-1 because they have that extra little hurdle for you to climb. So it also gives them a little bit of time, even though some teams like this break, they get to take a little bit of time, study what their opponents are doing in that lower bracket final. Some teams don't play too well with going cold for a while. So that first game can also help you heat back up. You can just have in the back of your mind, it's a best of 5. We don't even care about this first game.
Exactly. Well, we're going to have to go to I believe, what may be a quick little break in the meantime so we can get the next game started up. And we're going to see you guys after that very quick break. Like me, go get your milkshakes. Well, I had one, so it's already drank halfway through the game here. I had enough time on my hands to do it. So go get your drinks, go get your food, go get your snacks. Maybe go to the toilet if you want, whatever you want to do. But don't go for too long because there's more action coming in for the Redirect Monthly number 14. See you soon.
Feel my arms, oh,
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hopefully not as long, too much of a break for everybody to come back right into the action. And now we are in the lower finals here. And this one will decide who will face off. Top team that just won. We just watched the previous one. The boys are in the grand finals, the best of 7 with the game advantage at the same time. It's very well sought out after aim here for these two teams. For in this case, now we have IceHorde versus Feel It. So it's a number 3 seed versus a number 1 seed. What's the opinions here, Llama?
I mean, we got to witness this Feel It squad, and I feel like they were unironically towards the name, feeling it in that first game, but was on kind of a steady decline as the series progressed. It felt like that the boys figured them out. They played that midfield really well, so they're going into the series off of a loss. So even though they are the number 1 seed, even though they had their glimpses of great moments and kept a lot of the games close in the previous series, the other team is coming in off of a win. So it's 2 totally separate roads, and I think it's going to be an exciting matchup.
Oh, no doubt about it, because, you know, this tournament for the redirect number for 14 monthly here. So in this case, we've had the top teams. They're all facing off against each other. So that always makes for a very interesting story. We've seen a decent upset in this case for the side of the boys who come off of the 2nd seed. An average MMR lower than Feel It's here. So it's quite surprising to see them, not too often, but like the boys have done a very, very good job in winning into the grand final. So let's see between these two if we have a continuation of another upset. That's my bigger question. So predictions here in this case, Llama.
I mean, it's once again tough to bet against the number 1 seed, but I think this time around, if you're looking at the 3 seed coming in off a win, they're coming in with confidence, and for Feel It, that is playing a little bit more laid-back style, trying to get some of these clears that didn't really find their offense. I think I'd honestly have to give it to the team we haven't seen just yet in IceHorde. Now, they're going to have to back it up. They're going to have to play as well as they can, because there's no more second chances. We're in the lower bracket. You lose here, your day is done.
Well, yeah, exactly. There's just no hope after that one. Last time, well, Feel It had the opportunity of a fishing net, a backdrop that they could fall on. This time, well, there's none of that available. So you're gonna have to give it your A game and bring it back all the way to the grand finals and see if you have what it takes to beat out the boys once again. So the pressure is on Feel It here. But from this side of IceHorde, this is a whole new different team with a whole new different set of players. So hey, you know what? They might just be a dark horse team that haven't had the opportunity to really showcase their skills. But if they made it to the position that they are right now, well, you never know what could happen in a game of Rocket League in these lobbies here, Llama.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I want to see chaos. I want to see some goals. And right off the rip, I might just get my wish. Crow, 13 seconds in, we'll find first blood.
What a 50 as well. The ball just floating down from the top left corner into the back of the net. What a beautiful shot. Well, IceHorde, they're icy. And, they just got ice injected into their veins. And they're coming off with a very, very good shot here in the beginning. That might just slow it down. And, doesn't mean Feel It ain't here to dethrone them immediately. The first 20 seconds have been a back-to-back, but both sides are back to square one here, Llama.
Back to square one, back to tied up, 20 seconds on in, and Dan has been the man, I feel like, in that previous series to be the one to step up, to score these amazing goals right off a kickoff. Have to be a little bit careful. Do not want to drop that lead immediately back towards the other side. Approaching the 3v2, the shot from Tim is able to be sent wide. I feel like the follow-up shots are already starting to build up, and Feel It maybe already experiencing some of the problems that caused the losses in the back half of the previous series.
Yeah, Feel It have been the ones with the larger expectations placed onto the back of their shoulders, and I think it slightly is weighing them down, being the number 1 seed here. But they've also been ones to oftentimes meet them, but they just don't do like doing that run chase for too long. That's a good play from Crow, attempted on the dribble, low boost. Couldn't do anything after that. Sadly blocked once more off the savior silence. That's a good save, Dan Trone. So a bit awkward there, I have to say. A bit clutch slightly, only after a slight hesitant mistake there from the side of Team IceHorde, and alongside the same from the side of Team Feel It here. That's a good flip reset passing play and a shot there. Could have coming in from Senjinski, and sadly was be blocked once more. Timur, can he get that goal? Oh, very awkward angle. I don't know how he got that, but that was a very difficult one to achieve. Good plays. Another shot coming in. Crow will have that shot blocked by the backboard itself here. Hoping to set up his teammate Crow. Slow. And this game suddenly feels like it's a lot more slower than the previous one.
Feels a little bit slowed down, but it also feels like, other than that mistouch, man, so much control is in the favor of IceHorde. Just one mistake, though. This is why they are the #1 seed. Timur can't handle that double touch off the corner. And I love that step forward from Silence being able to retake the lead.
Yeah, they're going to have to play a little bit more controlled here. I haven't really seen them do that much too often. They oftentimes just really just throwing that ball away. Good attempt from Crow there. Senjisk. I said his name wrong. Apologies to Crow coming in for a shot. A slow one. And I feel like being a little bit slower in comparison is slightly stopping them. They're playing a bit too hesitant here. I understand it's your first game on stream, but you cannot be this slow because this team right now, feel it. Well, they felt a loss, and now they're here feeling for a win. And oh no, never mind. That is a bit of a horrid ending there, nonetheless, for the side of Feel It, as an own goal comes in from Mercy.
Bit of an oopsie there. Maybe colorblind. We should check the settings or check the classes maybe, but either way, a goal is a goal. You'll take it 3-1 technically, but for Feel It, unfortunately, that's not what the scoreboard is going to say. And this has been the result of IceHorde, again, just throwing shots towards the net. They are doing the exact same thing we saw in the previous series from the Boys. They have 6 shots here in the game to the Feel It's only 2. Sure, you can say Feel It, sure, you're 100% on that conversion rate, but man, IceHorde are bringing the offense.
Yeah, IceHorde are now underway with a possible goal if they manage to make something out of it here, but they're all stuck in the corner as well alongside Feel It. Controlling that dribble attempted there from Teamwork, but not for too long before Senjisk is now trying for a shot. Bit of a heavy one, nonetheless touched away and up to the air, and oh dear, going away to the corner. Senjisk and Mercy, Teamwork playing away. It's stuck in the corner, no boost, no one from the side of Feel It has any boost in the tank. They're left with nothing more than fumes, and they're still managing to make these saves occur here. Finally, someone popping it away as IceHorde now blocking it again. Crow not able to really push it forward, and Timur somehow playing from the ceiling, managed to get a touch of that ball out of nowhere, like an angel descending from heaven itself. Mercy in the corner pinched away, the ball floating up, a possible attack. It's not going to be too slow. Team blocked once more. 1 minute 30 seconds left here, and both teams are still odd and tied. They're still in checkmate.
This checkmate here, the tied up stalemate right now, the 2-2 scoreline with not much time left to go. And you also feel like, again, this offense is just going to score. Senjisk is able to take the pass from Crow in perfect direction, and it is the lead back to IceHorde.
Oh, that is a bit of a rough one there for the side of Team Feel It. That was a very good close attempt, nonetheless. Sadly for them, well, sometimes inevitable is inevitable, and in this case, the loss is here. Senjisk, a save there from Mercy, popping it away. Timur off the backboard, might be a setup to Crow, and an easy one that he does take.
It's the passing plays. Again, from IceHorde, 4 assists off of 4 goals, and that angle just absolutely beautiful to add another goal on top of this lead. And honestly, it's great for IceHorde to be scoring, but I just feel like Ground Zero, if you Feel It, you cannot have 2 shots here in this lower bracket game #1 when you're giving double-digit shots every single game to your opponent.
No, it's not a good feeling. There's something wrong, and you need to go back to the drawing board, and the drawing board is screaming at you in red pen marker. That is your defense that you really need to start solidifying as the game goes by. If you cannot understand from the Boys having faced off a loss where they've came off with 7-5, well, you need to understand now here. If you lose to the number 3 seed, well, you're not gonna have good hopes in the next one. Even then, the next monthly is coming in soon. Oh my God, what another play! How does Senjisk just finding an open net being gifted to him?
I mean, the slowdown, I feel like this extra dash on in gets to pick up some pads along the way, which is just enough to give them some space for the goal. Senjisk has found 3 here in this game, the hat trick towards their favor, and 6 shots as well. Absolutely firing on all cylinders, this IceHorde offense. And honestly, for Feel It, it feels like the end of this game, they were kind of going back and forth. Ground Zero, at one point, we were tied up at 2-2.
Yep, at one point, that's not the reality it sadly is anymore, man. And we see a very heavy loss coming in from Feeling on the first game itself. IceHorde, well, you named yourself aptly. You're a whole team filled with icy players who are able to outdo the likes of the #1 seed. And now you've come off with a strong win in the first game in this best of 5. Well, the win is already in hand here, and it's going to be a difficult one for Feeling to overcome.
It's going to be tough. Of course, it is that best of 5. They have a little bit more time to try and adapt. It's not that best of 3 where you are already giving away that series point, but you talked about specifically this kind of slowdown period. After we hit the 2-2 goal marker, again, where Feel It have found success on stream so far is when they're in a shootout, they're finding confidence, and when they're getting clears downfield. And after IceHorde saw those 2 goals go in, they're like, they're playing super far back. Let's just steal away this mid boost. Let's slowly choke them out. And then let's let our superstars cook up some beautiful goals. IceHorde did exactly that, leading in the series 1-0. Feel It are going to need to respond here in game number 2.
Yep, game number 2. We've seen what happened last time. There was a breakaway coming in from the Bhoys. So let's see if it can happen from Feel It in this case. Forbidden Temple seems to be that very odd game where the most oddest of things happen every now and then. So, hey, who knows? There might still be hope here. The game is very young, and you've still got another couple of games left here, unless a bigger mistake comes in from the side of IceHorde. I don't really see them losing it too easily.
I definitely don't. It feels like they have the power in this series, but again, the #1 seed for a reason. We'll see what the response could be, and it's only just one game. You have to get it out of the back of your mind. You have to get some demolitions and some physicality. Force your way into this zone. Don't give any sort of space. However, Timur and Co. kind of dashing down the field. Mercy gonna be bumped out of the way, and Senjisk with space again almost slams it home. Oh.
Oh, good dribble from Timur. Flip reset to follow it up, and Senjisk coming in fast. Another aerial play, low boost. Just kind of used it all for the first touch itself. Detrimental if you can't control the play here because there was a slight opening occurring. Senjisk, another dribble occurring. Timur putting up at the same time. Faked out Timur. A bump happening. Actually, a demo eviscerated his Crow himself as Dan Trone trying to bring this ball away from their own corner. Silence finally able to do it, but Senjisk right back into the fray. Action, a 50-50 as it gets blocked. Silence and Mercy, both of them boostless, as Dan Trone at the same time following in the footsteps of his own teammate here as Crow gets up into the air. Possible passing play to Timur as he goes low Crow here, but Senjisk off with an aerial into the corner, blocked by Dan Trone, but the whole team still stuck boostless here. What is happening?
All I can imagine is that Megamind meme where it's not Maidaless, it's boostless, and yeah, that's the scenario right now. And unfortunately for them, they are just so stuck in this back half. And luckily, there hasn't been a goal scored. That's the good news. They've made some saves. They've stopped some of these critical shots, but IceHorde looking like they did in the last game. Dan not able to connect, but you know who will? It's Mercy right in the paint. We'll find the first for Feel It.
What a shot coming in. Fantastic opening. Broken up here on the defense. It seems that no one was really ready to jump at the ball. So, hey, Mercy's going to take the shot. Why not? It took them 2 minutes to do it. Otherwise, both of them having a very, very onward, good back and forth Crow. Very odd kickoff here coming in from both teams. But nonetheless, possession in hand here for the side of Team Feel It before it's finally being taken away to the sidewall now. Mercy going for a ceiling pinch. He has the shot. What a goal!
This is the confidence we needed to see right here. Dan with a little bit of a fake, Mercy with the take, and then the pinch off the ceiling into the teammate. Beautiful. Silence was there in case anything went wrong, and it is a 2-goal lead for Feel It. This is what we needed to see from the #1 seed. They've got to play like that for 3 more minutes.
Yeah, what matters now is bringing away Mercy to the sidewall. Nice try at the redirect there, but will be passed away to Silence as Senjisk now up into the air. That could be a waterfall tap down, and he wasn't thirsty enough, it seems, will be blocked by Feel It. Controlled passing to himself here. Crow with an aerial play. Opportunity now. No double tap occurring, but a bump does occur nonetheless. And up into the air. A shot coming in possible. Off of the backboard. Silence set up from his own opponent. Senjisk nearly was detrimental to his own teammates there, but luckily they've managed to pop it off nonetheless. 2 minutes left here and a 3-goal lead for Feel It. Well, they're feeling that there might be a possible imminent win here in this case, Llama.
They're definitely feeling it, and this is so much credit to Dan. I know we've talked about how good of a player they are. Honestly, the step-up player in that previous series, even though they were losing at the end of it, Dan has been stepping up here in this game. Only 1 assist, but has just made so many plays that have enabled the other 2 teammates to score those goals. Feel it, 5 shots, 3 goals, a nice, healthy lead for themselves. They just got to not get too far ahead of themselves. We know IceHorde, even in the previous game, was able to score 3 in a row unanswered very, very quickly. You do not want to give a team like IceHorde any sort of confidence.
Nope, they're able to use that confidence and pop off. Well, they did it last time, and I think definitely feel it now, having learned their lesson. Aren't really trying to give them space here to be able to utilize Timur. 1 shot down, the ball is floating, threateningly in front of your own goal line, and then just blocked once again by Silence up in the air. Crow controlling it down to the midfield, hoping to find his Timur teammate, and he does so. Good flip reset aerial play into the corner, blocked by Mercy. They got 1 minute 30 seconds left here. Not a lot of time on the scoreboard. And with the regulation, it's been a rough one in game number 2, and my prediction came true here in this case, Llama. I said, if the boys can do it in Forbidden Temple, so too can Feel It.
It's 100% true. It is the comeback stadium, and it has been the trend of today. That one bouncing very quickly off the post, had a chance to add a 4th heading into the final 60 seconds. A nice little flick up there, nice save as well. Dan getting online with all of the shots. And at the exact same time, the defense is starting to match. Demolition onto Crow will slow down the offense for just a little bit by the IceHorde squad. However, this bounce down looking to add some lightning, the thunder up in the clouds, and Mercy says, no forecast, no rain today.
No, it's sunny over here for Feel It. They're having a fantastic time in this one. No, just sudden Ice Age coming in from IceHorde. They were just not as icy as they'd hoped to be in this second game. So, hey, you know what? To raise the confidence, why don't we give you a free goal? So Timur will be able to get a free aerial all the way from his own half of his own side here, all the way to the other side of the lobby, and an open net just gifted to him. Because the team of Team Feel It had no boost once again. That seems to be a very common theme from them, consistently giving away too many open nets because they just can't manage their boosts.
Boost management has been a little bit slow. However, that goal was pretty dangerous. I was going to say, if not for Mercy winning the kickoff and then getting an amazing shot downfield, could have been a couple of quick goals. Down to 8 seconds left to go. Not too much unless Timur can score this one right here. Drop down way, and almost was it. The game flashing before their eyes. But Feel It are able to respawn. They hit all the to-do lists. They go back to the whiteboard and draft up a really good game plan. Now we're tied up 1-1.
Yep, series-wise, this was the same situation we found ourselves in the previous game versus the Boys, and then a sudden breakaway game happened. So who knows, we might just see history repeat itself here. It doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme, and in this case, it's Feel It and IceHorde. Who knows who to make them baby this time, but a lot more confidence coming in from Feel It. I felt they were really feeling the pressure coming off of their shoulders, and, especially for Mercy, that was a good highlight shot coming in with the seating goal pinch, that went right to the top right corner. Fantastic placement from him. He was truly the MVP of that game. But IceHorde, they let me down slightly in this game. It was slightly expected. I said Feel It would come away with a good win, but this was just not in the playbook for me.
Definitely a change of the playbook, and honestly for IceHorde, it's not the end of the world. You won that first game. Now's the time to battle back. This third game we've talked about so many times. It will give one of these two teams the opportunity to move to series point. They've got to get some of the shutdown of those passing lanes. Even though you talk about the boost issues have been there, Feel It, their teamwork has been nothing better than the best.
Yep, their teamwork is only matched and overpowered by the likes of the Boys, who've just done absolutely fantastic in this very map to come back in 7-5. So hey, who knows if there might be a higher scoring game here, but the defense still is a very big issue. More so in the case, as we've learned, that hey, you know what? IceHorde are capable of the very same mistakes as Feel It is, but Feel It, you let in too many goals oftentimes only because you just can't control your boost or your resources. Stuck in the corner once again, it's Mercy, kind of proving my point once again, because no one's really attacking except for one player, and oftentimes that one's completely boostless here. So Mercy finally taking away possession, and to the corner he goes. A 50 pinch that kind of works for IceHorde here, as it still maintains possession. A possible passing to Timur, and still blocked by Crow as the ball bounces down midfield and into the corner. And Crow Wave dashing, hoping to set up his teammate Timur an opening. Possibly, there's still no one jumping at the ball.
No one jumping forward and kind of chaos happening on that back line. No boost to save silence out of nowhere, making a loud clank towards the other side of the field. Dan's trying to get up and involved, but this is risky. You lose this 50, could have been a goal in the back of your net. Still just might be.
Wait, what?
Then Jis goes post to post, the extra shot for the most. A minute 30 off the clock, and it is fireworks back and forth.
Oh, we are in for a genuine treat here because this game has been quite the interesting one to see. Who's going to get the first goal? That's the dying question that has yet to be answered here. Lama as a ball falling down to Senjisk. Gets Dan Trone with a possible shot. Saved there by Timur. Another 50. Senjisk taking possession. A passing it away. Bypassing silence. A flip reset to the side wall. Passing play to himself. Crow hoping to set up his teammate. Will there be someone ready? It's going to be Mercy up to the ball first. Flicking it away. Silence, fantastic clear to the other side. Timur fending off the challenge in the corner. There's still 3 minutes left of this game, and we haven't seen one person score where otherwise a good back and forth has always been happening in the first minute.
The back and forth has always happened in that first minute, not this time. It has been all tied up at 0. It is all locked in, and the save just barely be there. Silence gets a soft touch, and it's going to be Timur not able to get things done in the paint. Somehow, I tell you, this Fila defense is getting the rotations to match the IceHorde offense that they're bringing. However, Fila have yet to record a single shot yet in this game, so they need to get their offense going, especially, we talked about so much riding on this game. Series point for one of these two teams as the demolition comes through.
Possible opening now, there it goes in. Mercy finds the goal as it goes bottom right corner. What a pass from Dan Trone, and Timur was only making his way back forth as Sid just had a full boost of tank to use, but sadly just not fast enough to react to that speed coming in from Mercy. Great goal, and they've finally overtaken their opponents in the last second. 2 minutes left, halfway through this game, and it's still not over just yet because the other side are still trying to just, divert these shots, as at the same time Felix coming in with a possible second goal. It's going to be a good opportunity.
It'd be an amazing opportunity because they keep on just putting on the pressure even on these low goal scoring markers. It's a difference from what we saw in that previous game. For IceHorde, they've had the offense. They just need to be able to get the extra effort, 1 or 2 more touches to be able to equalize out this game, to be able to get themselves that series lead back in their pocket after they had in that game number 1. Feel it though, the number 1 seed, and we've talked about Dan ad nauseum with the passing plays, with the ability to activate the other two teammates. That's exactly what's happening here in this game.
Yep. Now with a minute left here, it seems hope is dwindling. Forward, never mind. Actually, it might just be back. It's soaring through. It's roaring as a goal comes in. Senjisk. What even happened there? A breakaway goal, a 50 off of silence, and no one was in defense. The same mistake I mentioned, and it's on repeat. With no boost in the tanks for the side of Team Fila here, as they lose their winning goal, and they will tie up once again versus their opponents.
I think it's back on up. It's confidence. It's a beautiful 50 shot, but unfortunately, nobody's back on defense. Dan scores the goal, and unfortunately, both players commit. Crow goes for that corner boost in the right and then just misses the touch. That means you got nobody back. The confidence we talk about from this player in Dan Trone has given the lead back to Felix.
Yeah, off the kickoff now once again, and it's a bit awkward there, especially for IceHorde. He's trying to push away forward here. Jay Crow, what do you do here? There's only 1 goal. You've shown that you can get a goal back, but with this amount of time left, is it possible? That's my bigger question. Up into the air. Popping it away once more from the side wall. Can Crow get in there in time? Block that 50. Senjisk, low boost. Popping it up. Mercy with a flip reset. Passing play to silence. Double tap possible. Blocked by Timur. Smashing it away to the corner. And once again, the ball is just fluctuating between these two corners, making it very difficult for a counterattack to be even made out of this. It's looking very tight here for IceHorde, as the breakaway game might be taken in favor for Team Feel It here, and a possible win in the next one because they're on match point if they win it in the next couple of 10 seconds. That's all that's left within the game.
10 seconds left to go, single digits, and it's a chance maybe for a moment to go down in history. The friendly fire on the goal line, the shot, the goal! Timur sends us to possible overtime here in game 3.
Oh! On the 0 second, how do you do it? IceHorde with ice in their veins as they manage to get a 0 second goal, stop it off the kickoff. They tie it, they have hope. Hope is shining through like a light, like the sun itself for the side of IceHorde here. As for some reason the card was invisible to me off the kickoff. That is very weird, Timur, but is he hacking? Yeah, that's a bit unfair. You've come off with a very good 0 second goal here. Don't lose it to hacks. But first couple of seconds, you're off the kickoff. Both of them going back and forth once again. It's a fantastic meeting of these two great teams. We might just have the 0 second goal. Mercy with absolutely zero mercy, getting the double tap from his own side.
I mean, confidence from IceHorde to step up, but completely whiffing on the aerial 50. And then both the two teammates unable to get back in time. Although Feel It lose their lead at the end of regulation, they get the job done in overtime, setting themselves up on series point 2-1 over IceHorde. And as a reminder, no more second chances after this series. One of these teams is going up to the grand finals. The other, it's over for them.
It's gonna be, like we mentioned consistently here, there's only one winner and there's one loser. Consistently, we've seen it happen right now, but it's been a very big back and forth. IceHorde showing that they are capable of bringing Feel It to their knees, and they've really put on the pressure, aptly so, in this game. And they've not made it easy from the whole 5 minutes that was allocated within regulation for this lobby. So for Feel It, it's not going to be an easy run as much as they had believed themselves to be doing so. So, hey, you know what? You can't put the foot off the gas pedal here. You still got to put in your A game. Otherwise, IceHorde are really happy to dethrone you at any moment.
IceHorde would love just a single opening, and they had that. They had a glimpse of it at the end of that regulation with a beautiful last second goal. They're going to need a couple more goals, and honestly, I feel like they need to shut down Dan, who's just been an absolute monster all across the field. Goals, assists, everything. We'll see what they can do here in this game number 4. Life on the line. IceHorde, how much ice do you have in the Horde?
Now, you know what? I think their ice is slowly depleting. The quantity, the quality of it has been dying down. This one might just be a very good goal. Great save from Timur. Dipped it away with a good redirect, and into the corner it goes for Sinjis, but no boost with the man. And Silence now passing to his teammate. That could have been very threatening there, but luckily they managed to keep it away. Sinjisk from the ceiling itself. Flip cancel to set him up possibly with a teammate, but no one really taking the bait here, it seems. Down, thrown in the corner, stuck alone with no boost, making a very difficult journey all the way to the other side. As Mercy still keeping in the corner. They're kind of stuck in their own corner here, it seems, from the side of Team Feel It. Will a breakaway happen? It hasn't happened for the past 30 seconds as a good shot comes in, and finally some action. Blues out of the lobby.
A little bit action on this blue side, this back and forth, and honestly a couple of good opportunities for IceHorde to start out. Didn't get to record a shot down there in the offensive side of the zone, so now back on this defensive side for Feel It. They want to turn up the pressure. Again, they have really succeeded when they've scored first, when they've been able to activate some of these sharpshooters. At the same time, they have to be a little bit careful. IceHorde, even though they're missing some of these aerial 50-50 contests, they are playing with complete confidence. So if you make one mistake up in the air, IceHorde is going to score a goal in the back of your net.
Oh yeah, they're ready. Just like right here, they get bumped into position. Sanjis with a 50. Though Silence was able to at least overpower him slightly as Crow regains the ball back. Hoping to pop it away. Timur with one touch, but Mercy opening for a shot here. He gets it. Sanjisk, good pop away, but still it's in the danger zone right now for you. They do have a possible counterattack as they might get an goal. What is happening? But Mercy is able to save it. That was like a ping pong game. What even happened with the ball? I have no idea. Too fast to react to, but Mercy is able to get a save nonetheless.
I like that curve of the ball, just the craziness always seeing, and this is the chaos that comes with such a high-level matchup between the two. Again, you're talking about a 3-seed, 1-seed shot from Crow, a little bit too low on the ground. Dan is able to make that save, and this is actually kind of what we were feeling in the previous series, a little bit of a slowdown, and then somebody breaks it open. Timur left post, will strike first blood.
Oh, Dan thrown, fantastic. good pop, and he had some good control, but he wasn't expecting one factor, and that was Timur just absolutely full sending it away and jumping into his very face here for the shot. Nonetheless, though, great play from IceHorde. They managed to finally find a breakaway from a lot of the pressure that they're facing, so there's 250 left here, so directly half the game, that's all that's left on the timer. And you know what, IceHorde, well, they might just find themselves with, oh my god, a loss on their goal lead, because Dan thrown a passing play to Silence and a great back and forth for the redirect, sending it, clearing it away into the bottom of the net here. Great goal, and we only just surpassed halfway through the game, 10 seconds in.
Halfway into the game, roughly, as you mentioned, and Dan is just a monster. He wants it here in this game, and you can tell the give and the go. We talk about the passing offense. It has been increasingly getting better over the course of this series after that game number 1 loss did befall them. Now we'll see, Timur, it's the passing plays that they need to get back to as well. Put in the pressure. You really need to force Fila to be in one of those low boost scenarios again, because it feels like you haven't in a while. Double demo, Mercy, Silence, they are out for a car park quota, and luckily Dan is back for the save.
Yeah, but it was too long, too little, too late there in that case. They had great demos, but just weren't really able to use it to its full potential. Just goes to show that IceHorde are ready to exhibit these very good strategies. Just their timing is very bad. What a shot from Mercy. Great pinch coming in as well, but now with no boost, it's going to be a bit of a rough journey all the way back. Trying to kind of pop away of a shot here, trying to pass away to Crow. IceHorde looking a bit awkward, it seems now. Realize they have to go right back to their own half here, scurrying away with the ball still in possession before Dan throw nearly sends it away with a great redirect. Sadly, hits off the bar and will be going out right in the hands of IceHorde, who still have it. Senjisk, 1 touchdown, a 50 between each other here of the entire team of Feel It, as a bit awkward there it feels. Oh, this might just be the opening that they need. It's bar down shot, 1 minute left, and Timur, he's been the main goal scorer of this team. What a fantastic shot.
It's a beautiful shot, and it's a rare mistake from the defense of Feel It. They lose those rotations, they falter a little bit with 2 players in net, and now with a minute 15 left to go, they lead, looking to try and send us to a game 5 decider. However, with so much time left on the clock, you know Feel It is not going to give up this game for free, and they almost give up a goal. Senjisk, what is the follow-up? Resets things down, but Mercy clears things all the way down the field.
Now, another clearance, fantastic pop away by Mercy, up into the air, Silence with a touchdown. Timur overpowering it, could be an opening for Team IceHorde as they're trying to find one more goal to really add in a comfortable buffer, and up into the air. 1 touch lower down here, and the ball flying away. Timur looking for her hat-trick. He might just find it, the ball phoning up. It's going to be Crow taking the spotlight in this case. 3-1, they find that buffer goal. IceHorde will be wanting this game to be pushed to a Champions Field best of 5.
They want to go to that game 5 off of a win. That would be the best momentum swing for them. And I gotta say, we were asking, could you put Feel It in another one of those uncomfortable scenarios where they have no boost, they're stuck on that back line? The answer was yes. Back-to-back goals because of those forced defensive mistakes. Now, 20 seconds left to go. You know, so I apply that 10-second rule still to the game. We'll see if maybe it can be a couple of quick goals here down the field for Feel It, but it looks like these clears are just killing any opportunity they would have had.
Yeah, sadly, it's been a very rough game for Feel It. They've done 1 good goal, and then after that, it was just a very, very rough session of being pushed in the very same position that we talked about where they've consistently have stuck with low boost, and it happened again, and it seems they just cannot, get out of that situation as much as they hope to do so. So sadly for them, it will be a game where otherwise the boys ended off right here in this very position. They're going to be pushed to a Champions Field here, so who knows what may happen, but good luck to them, as both teams now, the number 3 and the 1 seed, will be finding themselves in Champions Field to crown the king of this lower final.
Got to crown a victor here, and one of these two is going to be going up for a chance to crown themselves the victor of the entire tournament. off of just one game. And feel it, I think the start of the game was going good for them. They got Dan activated. We talk about how he's been kind of the glue to keep the entire team together throughout the day today. But as well, on the other side, we asked IceHorde, what can you make in those changes after you just lost 2 games in a row? They said, let's go back to what worked in game number 1. Let's find those ways to put the pressure on, reduce the boost that our opponents have. The question will be, can they continue it for one more game? No more second chances. No more games down here in the lower bracket. One game to decide it.
Yeah, one game is all that will be needed. And it's the final one here to settle the score. It's been a fantastic, complete best-of-5 series. We were hoping for at least one, and well, we got it gifted on a silver platter. That's a great flick coming in from Mercy to start off the first shot. What a great one right off the kickoff. And great control. Crow bumped away, and Mercy on low boost, but he sends it right over the head of the last man to get the goal. Game-winning goal on the first couple of 4 seconds. That was all that's needed. My God, what a shot. Already adding in the pressure.
The pressure is huge, and it's activating, like we said, a player that is not Dan, getting the whole team ready to go, making every single one of them a scoring threat. This makes it harder for IceHorde to come back later in the game. However, still lots of game to be played, and still a great shot. Senjisk is just finding all the angles here today. This one really well assisted by Crow, but this shot angle is just beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. 1-1. First 20 seconds, it's been them, and that's been a fantastic one here. Great, great goal. My God. Off the kickoff. Popping up Mercy. Sending it away. Oh my God, the ball is flying up. Could be an opening that they need, but they get to save Mercy. Clearing up to the backboard, set up for IceHorde. Do they have it? No, it's an opening, but it will be blocked once again. Dear God, this is unfortunate as Senjisk up to the top. Crow 50 down. Ball floating in the midfield. Pass it now. Senjisk stuck with Dan thrown and up into the air. Timur. Another great 50 coming in. Crow. Oh no, that is an awkward play. Mercy just floating away with no boost. Dan thrown. Can he block it for his teammate to come back in time? As they come in, Timur with a touchdown as he's fending off Silence up into the air, flying away for one-man Crow. He was trying to get that redirect, couldn't get it, too awkward of an angle. Up to the ceiling now, Timur clutching it down. Could be a shot. That's a great play. What a flank. Timur.
Nuclear, I think, is the word here for Timur. Just up in the sky, bounced down to themselves, and ended off with a top right corner shot. Absolutely massive, taking the lead here for IceHorde. And it's just continual offense. They do not want to give up this midfield line. It's how they won that last game. It's how they won game number 1. And it's how they want to try and win this game to send them up towards those grand finals. But as a reminder, both of these two teams are actually looking for revenge, as the Bhoys was the team that sent both of them down here to the lower bracket.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Mercy. Fantastic redirect shot. Great play coming in, and they got another opening. 2-2, 3 minutes, 26 seconds left, and Dan Trone. That was a beautiful passing all the way over to Mercy and Crow. Right overhead, that ball floats, and you're just forced to watch that ball float into the back of your own net here. GG's. Another tie again, and it's barely been a couple of seconds since the last goal we saw here, so let's see IceHorde. Do we still have it? Is it in possession? The ball is open, and there's a lot of demos happening. And it's looking like a minefield here, Llama.
I mean, 3 demos to start off the play off the kickoff. IceHorde were not happy about that last goal. They want to keep the pressure on up, and Timur just might be him. The second goal here off of just beautiful, beautiful angles. And again, it's their game plan. It is working. Feel it, are getting no space here on the defensive side.
Fantastic setup and another breakaway. Great play from Timur. And now they take the lead right off the kickoff, though this might spell a bit of doom, but Timur is able to block it. Once again, Silence. The touchdown. Crow missed the ball completely. Fake it away to Senjisk. Timur's left all the way alone in defense here. He's going to have to make his way back, Senjisk. And he does so. Aiding his teammate, Mercy. Dan thrown in the corner, taking away the boost of the opponent there. Actually, never mind. Crow just sent it back. Crow, now a pass from his teammate Timur, sends it down flying to Mercy, the opponent blocking any pass away from the midfield, and the demo happens with the last man. Timur is removed, and he gets revenge. Senjisk, now Silence, blocked away from another aerial attempt here, and the ball will be floating up. Oh, Timur Can we get a touchdown here? As Mercy flying overhead on the backboard, down throwing a passing play to Silence, and the block from Crow! He gets the save away, they still keep their lead! Oh, wow.
Lead is held, but man, Feel It wants it. You can tell they are pushing the offense forward. They're trying for every single open opportunity, but these defensive rotations are just too good. They might get one here. Dan, the shot above, and the goal. Ground zero, we're back to even.
Wow, what a great 50-50, 3-3. Dan Trone scoring that goal, but Silence's bump on the last man was absolutely crucial on that moment to be able to pop that ball away in the nick of time, and they do so. There's only 2 minutes left here, and we're gonna have to see, will it be IceHorde or will it be Feel It? Between both sides, it's been fantastic here, and they've tried their best. Will they succeed? Now that is the biggest question. Dan Trone, great 50. Mercy off for the aerial. Does he find his teammate? Will be actually Crow instead to block it, but Dan Trone still making his way through. Trying his best. It's not going to work though, sadly. A great shot team. We're able to clear it away though, nonetheless. To the corner it goes. As the ball floats up overhead. Mercy still in control of the ball. Empty jumps into the ball. Does not really do anything really, to be honest there. Dan Trone, can he find a teammate here? Possibly send just the blockage team. We're sending away to the other side. It's part of the empty field here, so they're finally able to get a breath of relief here because they've been stuck under pressure for so long. Crow, no double tap, but possible setup to Timur himself here, who set that play up in the first place. Crow in the corner, overhead of their own opponent's backboard, and not able to find his teammate at all once again. Couldn't even get close to the ball, really. 1 minute, and that's all that's left here. Will this game be pushed to OT to try and crown the king? Because right now, it's a lot of pressure to be adding into the defense of, oh my god, that was way too close. IceHorde nearly scored an own goal.
Yeah, that was a little bit rough to be able to say, but now back on the offense. This is what you talked about, a possible overtime on the horizon. These final 60 seconds has to be a green light, has to be a go, but you also don't want to make a mistake. At this point, you just make one, and that could be the end of your tournament, the end of your days. They've got 30 seconds to try and play defense or try and not send this to overtime.
A shot, and now opening, Timur! Oh my god, what a shot coming in, and you find the opening. What a goal, Timur, right bypassing under one shot, touching into the ground, and the ball bounced in the back of the net. 30 seconds left. Will there be an OT? Who knows? Because IceHorde are in the lead as of now off the kickoff. There's a great play opportunity for Dan Cho and a great 50 possible shot. He's not going to can't really use that flip reset that he gathered here. Send Jisk in the midfield. Mercy taking away all the boosts that he can to block away possible another imminent shot. They cannot let the other side have another buffer goal. Mercy up from the ceiling. Up into the air he goes, and he touches it for a musty flick. Actually fakes it. I don't think he had a flip there at all. Dan Trone, last couple of seconds. Bypassing Send Jisk. Crow with a blockage. Timur standing off in the corner after 3 men, and he will bring the win for IceHorde. They bring one of the biggest upsets. Feel It lose twice in a row.
They had the lead. They were up 2-1, and they were feeling so good. But unfortunately, man, IceHorde were feeling better. You talk about the step up. You talk about going in to the series off of this lower bracket, and now they will get their chance at revenge. And honestly, it's kind of interesting because we're going to get to see two kind of mirror team styles now play against each other in that grand finals, where we saw Feel It like to play a little bit more reserved, take their shots where they could, and then not as much battle for the midline, where we saw IceHorde contesting and going for literally every boost pad on there and going for every 50 they could. That's exactly what the boys did to Feel It in that previous matchup, and now both are not going to be able to get their revenge. It is the boys and IceHorde, the 2 and 3 seed in that grand finals.
Wow, 3 and 2. They've completely dethroned the number 1. Well, if you want to do that, you couldn't do it in a better way. IceHorde have done it. They will be facing off against the boys, who are still coming hot off a win, fresh, and it's still piping hot and ready. That team was the one to do it versus Feel It, so I don't really have much high hopes here for IceHorde. Who knows, they could surprise us like they did over here in game number 5, but this will be having to be decided against a team that still has a game advantage. We're gonna see you guys in the end in the grand finals, best of 7 to decide the true winner of the Redirect Monthly number 14. So we'll see you after a break.
night. The city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Once again, it is me and Llama in the booth for Redirect Monthly number 14. And it's been a very interesting couple of series here, Llama. We've been treated quite well for this monthly, coming in with some of the biggest upsets to this story and the script we're seeing today.
Oh yeah, we got some upsets on the number 1 seed, but at the same time, 2 and 3 seed right there with them at the top of the standings. To be able to make it to the grand finals, not super surprising, but I will say, looking really, really good. Have had to fight to get towards this point, and we're towards the point where there are no more matches. This is it. Best of 7 grand finals. Of course, there is that game advantage sitting with the boys because they did win through that upper bracket. But like we were talking about down in that lower bracket finals, the boys were actually the ones to send IceHorde down towards the lower bracket in an earlier semifinal. They took them out 2-1. Now the question is, can they do it in 7?
Well, one side has a game advantage, and that team is the boys. So I don't think it's going to be an easy task because Senjusk, Timur, and Crow, they came off a very good game. But this is a team, the number 1 seed, that IceHorde beat in a game 5, where otherwise, the boys had a much easier time with a 3-1 in comparison. So, hey, you know what? Good luck to IceHorde, but the boys are still piping hot, ready for another win here, and they're excited to see it. Coming in right now, right here, for the grand finale. The boys with 1 game, so honestly, it's a best of 6 instead of a best of 7. But IceHorde, can they surprise us?
That's the question. Can they bounce from that lower bracket towards this upper bracket? Bring the momentum towards the field. Starting here, best of 7 grand finals. The boys already leading by 1. And I want to watch closely on Icon. I feel like the player that we watched for so long in that past series that was finding goals all across the field. I feel like that's the exact same thing from Teamers. So whoever can get their superstar going first just might have the reins on the series.
Oh yes, I completely agree. Icon has been a fantastic goal scorer, but hey, Han came off with a very, very good hat-trick early on in the last game that required them to win as well. So hey, you know, you got 2 great goal scorers. That's a fantastic setup from the boys, and it's IceHorde with the first opening coming in. Scoring. It's the one person we thought, no, we haven't even mentioned his name yet. IceHorde is the main one who starts us off.
IceHorde has had a lot of those explosive moments right in front of the net, finding the passing plays and exploiting the corner defense that just left only 1 player to try and mount that defense. It's 30 seconds in, and we are always wondering, do you come in a little bit cold if you are the boys? Been sitting for a little bit of time. You had to wait through that full best of 5 series going all 5. It looks like they are not cold at all. They are bringing the offense right to the paint, and they are holding IceHorde to nothing so far.
Yeah, they've managed to defend that 1 goal, and otherwise we've seen from the likes of even IceHorde, they come back very strong early on in the first minute itself. So, hey, it's expected of the boys to be able to pull out an output like this, but it's not going to be an easy one to hold on for too long because IceHorde still are ready. They're still capable, but sadly they've saved their own goal once again. We've seen that a lot today. That seems to be a very common thing for players to just save their own shots tonight. I don't know why. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no is correct, as unfortunately the defense going to fumble just a little bit. I like how Crow starts this one off and is just able to find the bouncer on down, tracking it all the way on through. A minute in, and we are all tied up at 1. And honestly, gotta say, Granzier, a little bit of a rare defensive mistake from the boys. They were pretty locked down in that previous series we saw of them.
Yeah, they were quite capable and very, very ready for oftentimes we've seen them. So it's quite surprising to see it happen right now off of a mistake like this. But who knows, we might see a possibility of a possible, comeback here very soon. They've still got a lot of time here, especially from the side of team the boys, because, well, the first goal came in. That kind of just sets the tone here. I've no doubt from the other side that IceHorde can try their best, but it won't be one that's going to find itself a success in the first game. Maybe in the second one. For some reason, the second games of Forbidden Temple seem to be a curse for the leading team oftentimes. So, hey, they got a game win in possibility. It's still for the boys. They only need a couple more right now to, solidify a good win in contention here. But Crow will be sending it away halfway through the game, and we haven't really seen a response back from the boys ever since then. I guess they're trying to take their time here as a good save comes in from Senjisk. He's trying for a psycho, ambitious, but you kind of set up your opponents there for a shot, as Khan will be sending it away wide off the post. Another one comes in again from Icon, and Zerk tried his luck, but sadly will not succeed.
Did not succeed just yet. However, they've still got offense. They're still going, and Khan is still going to pop one up off of that backboard, forcing the defense here to be very much tested from IceHorde. Down by 2 shots on the overall scoreboard, but not down by any on the goal counter right now. It got to be a follow-up for IceHorde. They need to find that long clearing offense, the turn it up field, and find these different angles, especially out from the corner and from the skies. Just like that. Find every single thing you can, but for the boys, they need to get things actually out of their defensive zone. Have been sitting back here for a while.
Oh, they have. A lot of the action has just been in the blue side of the lobby right now. They've been blocked in every which way. So, hey, we're finally seeing an opening. Icon with the dribble. He's come off with a good highlight plays here. Khan will be bought before he can get to the ball. Icon with a shot. Slow one, easily put away by Timur as Zerk will keep the ball fluctuating. Now in pressure here in the orange side before he loses possession. Consequently, it will go right back in the hands of IceHorde here. Looking for a shot, taking away the opponent's boost at the same time. And a demo comes in. They trade it as well at the same time.
Demo for demo, right into a 2v2 until those respawns do come through very quickly. And honestly, at this moment, you feel like, again, it's one of those tense moments for both of these two teams where you're already up a game if you are the boys. If you could add just another goal here, if you could find that answer from absolutely nowhere, and all of a sudden you could be up 2-0. On the other side, you could equalize this series if you are IceHorde, but you're going to have to play some dang good defense. Get this out of your defensive zone because every single shot looking good, but Teamer, the shot upfield is saved away from Icon. Last second shot, Khan steps up to it, power forward. This back and forth ping pong, it's even more tension on the shoulders.
Yeah, it's they're definitely gonna have back problems by tomorrow, no doubt about that. Go to your local chiropractor because he's gonna be the only one to help you out here, tweak you right back into shape. Send Jisk with the ball in the corner, looking a bit awkward here as Khan gets the dribble, a pinch down, and it might just help out Icon with a sidewall possible sidewall redirect setup, but will be blocked by one man, and that's Crow right now. Shot floating in, so close, but Timur is able to use the last fumes of his boost here to get that save away. Popped away for a counter-attack opportunity, blocked by Han. It's a dribble, possible pop over, but Timur once again blocking any opportunity from the boys as they're still getting stopped in every which way here, and it will not be a goal happening, and pushed to the OT straight in the first game that we see in Manfield Night.
OT, that is how it be in this first played game of our grand finals here at the redirect number 14 monthly. The question is who's going to be able to find it. Like we said, so much riding on this game can absolutely shift the momentum right at the start. The question is going to be, is it Stenjisk, who's been a little bit quiet, does miss a touch from that defensive backline, but doesn't get the double touch of their own. Teamer doesn't find really the bounce they want, and Khan easily sending this off towards the corner. Saves a plenty, but using a lot of their boost to get this clear on down. Is that possibly here for IceHorde? Might have a chance for counterattack.
Yeah, there might be a good bit of hope. That's a double play. Icon, though, is able to make that save. Izar coming back in the nick of time with a boost as well to boot. Icon 50. Zerk has to push it forward. They still can't escape their own corner here. Han off the backboard. Awkward it seems he will be, but still able to clear it away as Zerk now. Good dribble. One touch is all he's able to make it before he can pop it to the midfield, and finally the ball in at the other side here to give themselves some time to recuperate, and they will be able to rehabilitate themselves with boost and better position. Han trying to get a setup, but only able to get a flip reset and just set himself up only one time there. Icon with a touch shot in. That's going to be an open. Now that might just go in, and it will. Stenjisk finds an opening from absolutely nowhere. Unfortunate timing there from the side of team the boys as they give this game win on a silver platter to the opponents.
Gives it to him basically for free, and you can kind of see the thought process. You see the teammate picking up the boost there in mid. If that play is a half second later that Stenjisk doesn't intercept, it might even be a goal for the boys, but it's not. And for IceHorde, it is a game number 2 victory because we already had that game advantage on the board. They get to equalize things out, and there's kind of two schools of thought here, Gunzero. Like for the boys, you say, yeah, we already knew we were going to lose that game, right? We came in a little bit cold. We had our game advantage for a reason. And if you're IceHorde, now you say this is go time. We have beat this team. We have momentum. We got to carry it in the next couple games.
Exactly. It's been scary for the boys in the first game, but it's only been a major 1-goal difference between them. That's all that's separated. We've seen that happen. Same with the team Field that was the number 1 seed in the last one. But what was the shocking thing that really came in about was the game win coming in from the side of the boys in their performance halfway down the game. The first game they've consistently lost every single time. That's within expectations. So as you said there, Llama. So we're definitely going to see a weird breakaway happening in Forbidden Temple, and this is going to be where it really sets the tone here for what's going to happen. But they have more time to use. It is still a best of 7. So hey, who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be a best of 5 continuing on. So you know what? Let's let this story play its way through. Let's see what's written down in the script tonight.
The story write itself and see what the chapters have for us as we head into chapter number 3, game number 3 here. It's going to be a chance for one of these two teams to retake that series advantage. It feels like the boys, this is not a must-win game because it's not the end of the series. However, looks like possibly losing Khan here early from the boys, missing a player, down a defender, and then Jisk will be able to capitalize.
Oh my god. There seems to be a DC here from Khan as he will lose, so a score will happen. That's a bit odd there to see Khan that happen, but they will be allowing a score back just to even it out. So good sportsmanship good hands have been exchanged. Hands have been shook quite nicely from either side here. What a nice bit of sportsmanship. We do love to see that coming in. So 1-1, we're back to square one in this case, and the game will continue on from that very odd mistake coming in. But nonetheless, kickoff once again. So I'll be excited to see how well this progresses forward on from here on out.
Like the handshake. I like that respect the DC, as you were talking about, with that good sportsmanship. Now we get to play on with only 30 seconds off the clock, and for the boys, again, they have a couple of shots to start out this game. Now recuperating after that DC to get back into their offensive side of the zone. But I think, like we said, you really do not want to drop 2 games in a row to start out this series, especially if, again, that one game that you technically have won is not a played game. Down the field, Bhoys is going to find the pass. Icon dimes them up as the boys take the lead.
Well, that was to be expected. There was one lucky player standing, waiting, biding his time for the ball, and his patience did win that. Out. Congratulations to Zerk with a free goal set up on a golden platter, really, to be honest. So, big mistake, and we've seen this defensive aspect of team, the IceHorde consistently play itself out like a broken record, to be honest, and I'm not surprised with a goal like that occurring. So, a breakaway goal finally in favor for the boys, as they will pop it away over the head of one man forward. Timur not going to be able to play it off of Crow, though. He was ready for that one. Crow and Icon now ready for a touchdown, sending away Senjisk, and a pinch there between Khan and Zyzerk. Will have that ball floating in the midfield and up into the air. Biding his time, waiting to see who will take it. It's going to be Icon, back and forth. Good 3-man utilization of your team there, but sadly no goal will be scored. So it's still 3 minutes, 30 seconds left on the timer.
3 minutes 30. Lots of time left for both these two teams to battle back here in this game. But more importantly, IceHorde is going to have to be the ones to try and contest on that scoreboard. Right now, down 1. After the early handshake here, can technically call this one 1-0. We'll see. Right now, this offense is just holding a little bit back for IceHorde. They've been trapped in their defensive zone for right now. The boys playing really well together. And those passing plays, something we gave them so much credit for in the previous series. The question is going to be, can they add towards their goal counter? Because we've seen IceHorde score at clutch moments. You don't want to give them that chance to tie things up.
Yeah, a call back to that very sacred 0-second goal in GFH Stadium that got them that necessary win, pushing it all the way to a Champions Field, where eventually gave them that game win over the field itself here. So very good fake coming in from Zyzerk. Oh, so close, yet so far. Could not find the opportunity. Possibility here again. Han completely bypassing the ball. I don't even know what happened there. I feel like he lagged. The ball went through him. It's a bit of a rubber band issue there, but that's more client side. Icon now in the corner, up into the air. As you mentioned there, Llama, they do need that buffer goal. IceHorde is a very scary team, and they are very capable of getting those very clutch goals. So you're going to have to see it, and you're going to need to want it. You're salivating for Icon. Was nearly about to get it there as well at the same time. Sadly blocked away by a very big enemy on both sides, and that's the bar. We've seen some very odd things happening between these couple, top 3 teams. So let's see what's going to happen. Now Icon, fantastic setup, but great save from Senjisk.
Talk about the top 3 teams. Only 2 of them sitting here in the grand final, and of course, both have guaranteed themselves a little bit of prize pool, but want to get that higher chunk, want to get the glory that comes with sitting at the top of the podium for an entire month. Of course, only game number 3 cannot win the series right here. You could start to lose it. You drop a game at a time, it starts to get out of hand, and especially if you are IceHorde, a squad that just won that previous game, just won the technical first played game in the series. You only have 2 shots here, 3.5 minutes in. The boys have 8.
Yeah, they've got a lot of time on their hands still, but that doesn't mean you can take it easy. Icon now with the setup to himself. Another musty flick. He had that one, but it was blocked. It's a bit unfortunate. Needs some space to work with here. Oh my god, Zerk might be get the buffer goal. It's going to be blocked. Great save coming in from Crow. Popping away now, Senjisk. It's going to be Han now sitting in the corner. Flip reads a possibly to himself. No, he's going for a turtle flick. It's not going to work. There's not enough power on it. Icon with control off the side wall. Aerial play. That's some great control. A great 50. And a possible opening if they can make use of it. It's not going to happen though. Han having to block in the midfield. Keep that pressure away from their teammate because they still need to get boosted there in the meantime. Nothing to the tanks. Zyzerk, great 50. Popping it away. And a save coming in. They're still able to hold on to that 1 goal buffer. That's all that's stopping them from a possible loss and pushing this game to the second game, or to be accurate, more so the 3rd game in an OT here. So now 2-1 it remains. 24 seconds. Icon He's just been so amazing to see here. You're so right to put the spotlight on him there, Llama.
Spotlight has to be on Icon, but right now the spotlight I feel like is the second spotlight you could say is on IceHorde, because they've got time. They've got 10 seconds. They're in this offensive zone, and they could send it to once again one of those clutch scenarios. They lose possession, leave the net open, they fail out, and Zerk will make them pay. Expected when you are down at the final moments to put everybody forward, but great recognition from Zerk, and that will be the nail in the coffin for game number 3.
Yeah. Truly unfortunate, but it is what it is. And IceHorde, they tried their best, really, but the defense from the boys was just truly on lock at that point. You really could not bypass them. They knew what their mistake was from the first game, and we've seen them consistently adapt to these kind of teams that are, that can meet them. But what they've really done well is when they got that goal lead, they just put all their stat points into the defense, and it works every single time in the second game, and it worked perfectly once again. So hey, they're gonna be able to do it now, and they're gonna have to be using that strategy once more. So we're gonna have to see, does IceHorde adapt now? That's gonna be all pressure on them, all spotlights on them right now. Can you bring this game back and tie up the series once again? You've done it last time, even though your opposite opponents had a game advantage, so there's still good prospects. The game, the story is not over just yet. I feel it's just only beginning.
Definitely is. Like we said, we're at the kind of midpoint of the book right here as we head on into game number 4. A chance for the boys to actually move towards series point, but as you mentioned, they've been playing lockdown defense, but not only that, I mean, IceHorde only got 3 shots that entire game. I mean, I'm going to be honest, you can't win a game of Rocket League if you're only getting 3 shots per game and you're getting your opponents to have 10 double digits and exceeding that and getting their stars on the board. So I feel like going here in towards this next game, I know 5 heads, shoot more, score more, win more games, but for IceHorde, they need to get their offense online.
Yep, they really need to put all of their stats in comparison. The opposite team has put all of it in. They balanced it out, and then they changed it halfway through. They changed their class here. So hey, you need to do the same here, I feel. You've done it against the number 1 seed. What's the number 2 seed in comparison? Just nothing more than another competitor in this case. And oh my god, Zerk to Icon! That would have been one of the greatest highlight plays I've ever seen in my very life here. But nonetheless, it will not happen tonight. Crow, he's trying to do his, he's trying to mimic them here. And oh my god, Icon. Oh dear god, that was too close. A little bit too close. A nail-biting moment that could have spelled tragedy for their team, but nonetheless, they are able to manage to save it away for this meantime here as the ball goes downfield. Han trying to find his teammate, a passing play to Icon, and they get the open net.
I mean, the fadeaway pass, are you kidding me? After facing multiple shots, close opportunities, look at this one. Icon has a player in their face, 2 defenders in net as well, and both of them slide right and just knocks it left corner shot. The boys on top here, and like we said, they're not done off a kickoff. Connor's got the flick off the booty to make them pay.
Ooh, right off the kickoff. That's truly unfortunate. Their teamwork tried its best, but sadly that was a pinch between the goal, between the post and him. And sadly the post won that battle out. You've lost it to your own net there. 2-0 up, and it's been just the first minute itself. So back-to-back good goals. It's a very good possessional play here, really. And Isaac pushing away to. Oh my God, Han! Like an angel of death looming from that redirect coming from your teammate Zerk, and he slams that right over the heads of 2 players, Timur and Senjis. No hope of saving that one there, and it's going to the back of the net. 3-0, and it's only been the first minute.
Oh, crazy to see the scoreline already, and what was such a reserved last game for the boys squad. 5 shots, 3 goals, and 2 assists recorded on the board. They are firing on all cylinders. And like we were talking about for the boys, you win this game, you're on series points. So definitely trying to get the series over as quick as possible to not give IceHorde that bounce back potential. And even though IceHorde did have those first couple opportunities, they're getting set back in their own defensive zone. Their boost is getting stolen away, and they are yet to record a shot.
Yeah, it's been rough. But your opponents have a 3-goal buffer. You've only been managed to, chase it down. off of, correction, apologies, my bad there. I was a bit too slow to the marker because, you know what, cast your curse, I guess, because that just happened right on board. Great shot, open net for Isaac, and I think they want to send a message to IceHorde. You know what, we'll take your name, we'll take your goals, and we'll take your saves. We'll do anything because we're taking your name right here. We're the ones with the ice in our veins, not you.
I got ice, for sure, absolutely flowing through those veins, and the fourth goal as well, just building themselves up a really, really nice buffer. But again, I think the nice thing is, for the boys, it's a team hat trick. Every single one of them has scored. It's tough for IceHorde to pinpoint a place to attack or a player to take on out. We have talked at each of these three players have had their clutch moments, have had their MVP games. It's so hard to shut down as they're back in your offensive zone.
Up the top, Senjisk suffering from a lack of space to use. An Icon just sends another heater. This is looking criminally same to what happened to Feel It here on the 7-5 loss, but this time the opposite side just aren't able to do anything. There's just been no response. They've not been able to. They need 9-1-1 here, Llama.
Yeah, they are going to need something to try and patch up some of the holes in the defense. And I got to say, swag from the boys. These fadeaway shots, man, are just not only so hard to save, but really beautiful as well. Almost even finding a coin slot there between that right post. It feels tough for IceHorde. I will say, though, you know, Ground Zero, apply that 10-second rule to any game. So, IceHorde, go ahead. Score 12 goals. Score 15 goals. Do it.
That's a very interesting rule there, Llama, for some I'm hearing of it. But nonetheless, hey, you know what? Who knows? IceHorde, you still got time. You got 2 minutes, 16 seconds left to do it. Hey, you know what? Have fun with this game here. You do give a breakaway in this case. So, from the last one, it's now 2-1. Next is a 3-1. So go away knowing that you won't go empty-handed. There's no empty pockets. They will be filled nonetheless. But there's still pride in having beaten a number 1 seed and bringing this game to the number 2 as well at the same time. So IceHorde, they've done a great amount of success nonetheless. Some people may feel that they could have earned. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Icon's having a game.
What?
I mean, I don't even know what else to say. It's an unfortunate mistouch, but the read, I don't even know why Icon is there. Like, if you don't hit that mistouch off your opponent, like, you're just so out of position, and he's just like, okay, I'll score that one. I know you're missing it. Hat trick for me. The boys up 6-0. And by the way, IceHorde still yet to record a shot.
They've really, it's a shot through the heart in this case. So, piano riff or guitar riff plays in the background as I say that. And up into the air, Icon, save away. Do we get 1 goal? No, it's blocked away. Isaac has just no mercy for the other side. They're going to keep going goals. Hey, if you want a Brazil, you can take us to the sunny side. Please sponsor us here, team. This team, but the boys, they can do it. You're sponsored, but there's already a TV series against you. You got the money to do it right now. And Han and Senjisk are just having fun at the back there. I don't even know what's happening. And Isaac, they're basically playing a 2v2 right now. And now one person is still able to score a goal here from the side of IceHorde.
I don't know if I would call it fun. Senjisk was running for their life away from Khan as they were chasing them down from behind. But either way, definitely looking for that potential. Can always bring it back in the 2v2 or the 3v3. 45 left to go as it looks like Senjisk possibly now officially given on up as it is that 2v2 battle. Teamer, though, will be able to leave the team not quite empty-handed. They will score their first at the 38-second marker.
Ooh. Great play. Well, it looks like that Brazil is looking very, very close here. It's looking scrumptious for the team, the boys. They're definitely wanting that now. They've got 37 seconds to do it. Well, can you? That's a different question. But, well, if you scored 76 goals already, I think you're definitely capable of doing that anyway. So, Icon blockage off in the midfield. And Han coming in ready with a full attack of boost to be able to use it for the double tap. He's got a flip reset. Slow one there, but he's still able to pop it down underneath Isaac. And Icon finding over possession of the ball. And Icon now will be the one to set up a passable play here. Blocked by Senjisk. This is in the midfield, popping away. He actually bypasses Isaac completely. Han left with no boost here. And their plans of a, the Brazil will be ruined, sadly, by Senjisk with a fantastic air dribble. Popping it over. Very nice empty jump to be able to control the air dribble further as well. Off of 50, he beats past Han at the same time.
Gets a nice dunk at the end of it. Gets a second goal. Unfortunately, we won't get the Brazil, but we will get some momentum back at least for IceHorde. Something to take in towards that next game. Unfortunately, 10-second rule has already gone by. The second rule is even a little bit too crazy for them at this moment. 0-0 is on the clock as the boys will take their third game of the series here, including that game advantage. They are one away from being victorious here in the monthly tournament. And IceHorde, I feel like it's really tough to play as them right now. When we talk about the boys, not only do they have a single member that you can target, that you can take out, that could be the problem fix, but now we've seen the boys both play a reserve game where they can win 2-1 and also a shootout game where they can win 6-2.
Yep, it's all setting yourselves up for an imminent win, and just like Thanos has said there, I am inevitable, and that is quite literally the case here for the side of team the boys. IceHorde just I think their ice just got melted into a water puddle at this point. It's just a small pool off in the background. This is what happened. You got 2 goals, but sadly, it's quite literally the very same situation where against Fielded, the boys were just coming off very strong in the very same similar map here. The DFA Stadium was the very same game where they had a very, very high scoring score here at the end of the regulation. So the 5 minutes are up, and we move on to the final game in this best of 7. Though the game advantage was lost early on by the boys, we see it here in the grand finals that is more than likely that we'll see this team being crowned as the winners nonetheless, because it's been a rough time for IceHorde in the previous one.
It's been rough in that last game. They've lost 2 games in a row, but maybe this is the comeback they need. Chip on their shoulders, sent down to the lower bracket by the boys earlier in the tournament. Can they be able to build back? It's not quite a reverse sweep, but it's got to be 3 games in a row if IceHorde wants to be champions here today of the redirect number 14 monthly.
Yep.
Grand finals though, ground zero. This is still getting more exciting by the moment.
Oh yes, exactly. It's I still feel though the chapter is nearing its ending here, unless they're just able to get a goal. But Icon with a save, Han with control. He's got a great dribble opportunity, but blocked. Icon now popping up in the air, faking one, taking away to the air, and now he's still got a flip reset to use, popping over Han. A bump. No, he actually gets wasted. Just slippery like an eel. Evades that one, but not this one here in this case, as he has to fight off Zerk, who's on here versus Timur here on the dribble in the corner. A lot of pressure, and I don't know how. I don't think IceHorde really know how to react to that situation, because the game went from fast to slow so quick. That is a neck snapping reaction coming in from the other side here, as the first minute bypasses and there's no goal just yet. Both sides being a little bit careful now.
I mean, the later you get in the series, the more careful they get,
Oh,
because
no.
you won't be the one to make a mistake. Zerk doesn't go for the double, leaves it off to their teammate instead. Will steal away the corner boost. Just robbery in broad daylight, and then heads on out of the zone.
Wow.
Han almost slips that one under the crossbar. So many close opportunities here from the boys already, and they're not done. They're back on offense. Demolition, possible passing play from Zerk, and gets to recover this one out in the corner after a couple saves go through.
Yeah. Popped off now. One more opportunity. Stopped here. Khan with a touch. Still keeping the possession. Might be an opening, but no one really taking the bait just yet. In the corner, once again, it goes. Icon. Shot down from the corner. Aimed towards the net, but blocked by Sinjisk. Khan, essentially Zerk there. Apologies. The ball goes into the corner. Icon, great control of the ball here. This one might be a lot of pressure to add on. Han, shot, and blocked by Sinjisk once again. Zerk completely missing the ball here. That is a bit unfortunate. But bumped by Icon as he made his way back on the rotation, and Crow was flung away from possession of a possible shot here. That is truly unfortunate. But nonetheless, Han pushes it wide a little bit. Crow had a very good control off the ceiling for that play as well at the same time. So look a bit awkward here. I feel that finally we see some mistakes coming in from the side of the boys.
They're making a few mistakes, and they make almost another one there. Low boost, they make the save and get that one cleared all the way down the field. Sinjisk does have some boost to work with after passing back towards themselves, picking up their own corner boost. I will say, though, for the boys, they are on point in their aerial handoffs. IceHorde has to be very careful they do not succeed on one of these, because it could break the game open. And again, Icon goes aerial, looking for a delay on the pass. And luckily, Timur held their ground on the low ground. because if they didn't, that could have been the opening goal. 3 minutes without a goal here, as you can feel the tension.
Ooh.
As you mentioned, just this is a grand finals game.
Yep. And it's one to settle the score because this team is on match point. For anyone's coming in late to the stream, they don't know what's happening. It's last game, 3-1 in the series. And it's a long time coming to see the boys play it off in the grand finals after a very good game versus Fila to start off the stream. Now they're here, and they're still playing beautifully. A lot of pressure added to the tops of the heads of IceHorde, who've had a lot of expectations after coming off a very good, solid win against Fila. And now a touch up, Senjisk. Doesn't really feel confident. Crow now having to push himself into the fray, and he does manage to play it off. One man, though, it's going to be Senjisk once again from the ceiling. Flip reset. Does he gain it? Don't think so. Good 50. Icon looking a bit awkward, so he's going to have to control it for a playoff there. Han blocked. Zerk into the corner. Confident enough to take the corner boost. And Icon with a save. Doesn't really feel... Oh, never mind. Senjisk was there. I didn't even see him. Out of nowhere there on my screen. No less unfortunate. Last couple of seconds here of this game. We're in the dying seconds of the game here, and it's still gone scoreless for both sides.
Couple of goose eggs, but that could be broken up really, really quickly. And you talk about now for the boys, one goal could be all it takes. The clear is down. Khan with the center back to midfield. Almost an own goal forced. Cannot make a mistake like that at this moment. Teamer shot towards the right post as well. Saved away. The boys are doing a good job to get their rotations. Some mustard on the end of the hot dog as well. The pass to the center, but a little bit of that miscommunication. Single digits. Is it going to be scoreless? Headed into overtime. The boys would love to end the series right here. Senjisk with a chance, with a block, and we are going to OT.
OT is here. OT is now. Golden goal. You really couldn't ask for a better ending to settle the game right here, right now, as we see the possible ending. We try to find a breakaway. Zerk to Han, and blocked by Timur once again. Icon in the corner. He's gonna make it awkward for Crow, but he does manage to beat him, and he's going for a musty flick. Blocked by Zerk. Fantastic blockage to stop that possible imminent shot, and Han in the corner himself alone. Just blocks it. Icon with a sending it flying all the way to the other side, and following up again to Zerk. Zerk off. Possibly to Icon, but blocked again by Timur. One more touchdown. Han pushing himself into the action here, and could be a passing play to Zerk as he gets demoed in the meantime. And it's an opening, and it goes in. Wait, what? Crow? An open net goal as it trails in before the first minute ends off in the OT. GG's. It's all over as game number 4 is won by Team IceHorde.
It's one, and just inches away. You saw Khan misses the touch there on the side wall, and then Icon cannot get packed quick enough in towards that keeper position. It was such a back and forth game, and sitting at 0-0 for so long, you had to question, would it be able to be worked on back from the boys? The answer is no. It is IceHorde in overtime, still finding just a little bit of that ice. They found it. They dipped into the puddle you were mentioning, pulled out a chunk for this overtime matchup, and they get to extend the series. They got to win 2 more in a row, though.
Well, there's still a bit of hope here left on the backs of IceHorde. They have not given it up, which is the more intense thing, and you have to give it credit to them because they've done a fantastic job to subdue expectations of a possible imminent win. They stopped the inevitable for now, though, because the boys are still on board for a match point win. All that matters now is just taking away. We need to see a possible game win right here, right now. Otherwise, we're going to see this being pushed into a game 7. And I don't know if I have enough in me because there's too much energy. My heart palpitations can't handle this energy right now.
Order some medication. That is what the teams are going to need to do for us. The hearts are going crazy. The players are going crazy. I know the fans are as well. We're going to go game number 6. And you mentioned so much is going to be riding on this one right here. For the boys, you could end it. You could solidify yourself for a whole month as the best team here in the Redirect Monthly. Or for IceHorde, you could send us to one final game. Let's get it. Game number 6.
Well, starting us off here, the boys looking for the first goal. And IceHorde just driving right past it. Could be Khan now, but Senjic sends it flying away into the ceiling. As IceHorde trying to keep the ball in possession for Team the Boys, as they still have it right now. Icon, good, sending it away. Icon with a great redirect opportunity. It's being redirected by Crow for the save. Isaac now off the sidewall, no boost though. So it's not going to be possibly a great shot here in this case, though. Nonetheless, Icon tried his best, and he's back in the Fennec here. And oh my God, what a shot coming in from Timur as he makes the first goal for Team IceHorde. What a shot!
Beautiful shot, even better pass. I think, again, we've said it so many times, but these two teams, their teamwork, their confidence, their play styles have just been clashing against each other for the entirety of this grand final. And again, as a reminder, this is a revenge opportunity for IceHorde, to the team that sent them down to the lower bracket, made them work extra hard to even get back towards this point. Now for the boys, though, still 4 minutes left to go. A stark difference from that last game where we were at that 0-0. They're going to have to get back on offense just like this. A quick, short right post save from Crow that saves the day and gets it out of danger.
Yeah, they're out of the danger zone for now. Key point being for now, because who knows when it might come back around. The pressure still in hand against the boys as they're trying to save it away from their own corner. We have not seen them break away for a good while, but finally, Icon now with a touch, a flip reset possible play, a bump on the backboard, and Isaac biding his time in the midfield as a third man. They cannot make any more mistakes. They've got scoreless on the last one until OT. They don't want to repeat the same mistakes here. What have you learned? If you can't learn it here, right now, it's the best of 7 to settle the score between your opponent, IceHorde, who've come in, and a pop-off, and a shot that goes wide. Unfortunately, Crow has an open air dribble, but no boost to really angle it towards the net, so it goes wide once again. Zerk controlling it quite nicely to Khan. Khan now with the shot, possibly here. It's going to be Icon setting up the double tap for himself, or a redirect. It's not going to happen. Sadly blocked once again. And right back to the drawing board for the boys as they're still looking for their first goal. Good demo.
Minutes in. Yep. Good demo. Still looking for that first, though, like you meant. Oh, okay. We're going half gray. I guess the ball decides not to 100% go in.
Oh, what?
Corner shot. Icon just a little bit off the accuracy. Could not find a way to slip it in. And I gotta say, a little bit pushing too far forward. The demolition will make it even worse for those backwards rotations that the boys are going to have to keep on pulling on in. Again, they have so many shots. They've had a ton of opportunities. Just the accuracy hasn't been there, and the IceHorde defense has been.
Yeah, in comparison, IceHorde have been bringing their A game here. And it's no wonder why they don't want to go home that easily just yet. They really want to bring this game to their opponents here. Great shot possible. Still, once again, hitting off the backboard and still saved. Clutching their pearls is IceHorde as they're quite literally just bouncing off of, just working off of luck and a bit of hope here, and it seems to be working. All vibes from the side of IceHorde as they're defending their 1-goal lead. It's fickle, but it's been working for them as the boys have just not been able to score that one crucial goal.
Haven't been able to find the first just yet. However, I will say we go back to the early part of this series where we talked about the boys where they find their success is when they just get a million shots, right? They just outplay you, they outwork you, and Icon outscores you. The boys tie things up.
Oh, dear God, that is a ridiculous play. Great fake from Han to make it look like he's going for the redirect shot. Beautiful goal. And you got it piping already into the back of the net. You tied up in the nick of time because we've only got 2 minutes left of this game here. And a return from the boys is exactly what was needed. A setup now for the double tap. Can they save it? It's not going to happen. Oh my God, Han! What a goal!
Unstoppable. Built of iron here. Khan just slams it. Doesn't care that Crow is in the way. Just pushes past him. Finds the second in a row, by the way, for the team. And as a reminder, the boys only need one more game to close things on out. This is what we were talking about. Even if you save 8 of their first shots, they're going to come back with even more. 11 shots so far in this game. IceHorde only the 2. They've been stuck back on defense. They're going to have to find some sort of life here soon.
I don't think that life is here right now. I think they're quite literally dead. The heart palpitations are nearly ending here. And right here, they've developed arrhythmia here. I don't know what's happening, but it definitely feels like a disease is occurring. And oh no, that is unfortunate. That is truly heartbreaking for Sinjisk. He backflipped at the worst of times. Even Shakespeare couldn't write a better tragedy than that.
That is so sad. So sad, and it's even more sad. It's at the minute marker when you were only down 1. Now you are down by 2. It's got to be offense, and it's got to be quick here from IceHorde. You've worked your way back up to the grand finals, not just to be here, but to try and win. The saves are good, but they have been stuck on this defensive end for way too long. The double-digit shot counter again. By the way, it's up to 15 shots for the boys in this game.
Dear God, that is incredible from them, but it's just not enough for the boys. They've been pounding the back of the net there, and they've really well developed their great style. I think what really changed is the demo play style, because that wasn't happening. They felt like a possible win could come in. Now that they know that the pressure was on them back again, well, they had to put all stops against IceHorde on a possible imminent win to try up a reverse comeback. But sadly, the last couple of seconds here of this game, that's all that's left as Team IceHorde tried their best and nearly own goal here. Truly unfortunate. You really did set the score here tonight. You've tried your best, IceHorde, but it just wasn't enough. The boys will be the kings of this monthly.
They'll be victorious. They take it in 6. Gets a little bit scary towards the end of the series and even at the beginning when they did lose that series advantage right at the start. But again, it was not only teamwork from them. The whole team was playing so well today. They all had their moments. They all had their MVP performances. And you talk about the momentum from bringing such a big goal lead just a couple games ago into this. Again, we talk about when they play their play style, they are able to play wild and free, and they have 15 shots to the opponent's 3. Like, I don't think anybody is going to beat them if you have that scoring difference. Looks like possibly Ground Zero died again. It looks like his Discord doesn't love him here today. So unfortunately, he did have to drop on out. But again, it was an amazing tournament. We had so many teams kind of come on through, try their best to try and keep on moving through the bracket. And the nice thing is this is going to keep on continuing next month. I want you guys to sign up. I want the biggest sign up ever and the best tournament for that one. Of course, going to keep things on going and got to give those congratulations off to not only IceHorde for winning the second place prize money, but for the boys in that first place spot, 2 seed and 3 seed right at the end of it. But I think we got Ground Zero back. Are you okay?
Yeah, I am back. Welcome back to me. I don't know what, Discord's just been insanely buggy tonight. It's just a very odd thing. I don't know. Wait, technical difficulties happen all the time. It's just technology. But hey, nonetheless, I believe you were mentioning the end prize pool split. So hey, let's end it off. Follow Redirect Esports on Twitch, this very channel where this whole tournament was streamed on, and go follow Redirect GG on Twitter. Good love to them, and Haza, who's brought you this whole tournament as well. Fantastic production from him, consistently never letting us down on that one. So it's been amazing to come on. Me and you, Llama, we're always killing it in the booth, and so did we today. It's just been a never-ending journey for us, hasn't it?
It's been awesome. Every day's a good day when I get to share the booth with you. And, a shout out to all the players for hopping on in, making this tournament as amazing as it was. And, I look forward to the next one.
Yep, I'm excited for the next one here. So if you guys do want to sign up, go join the Discord server if you haven't already. So if you want to be, bring your whole team, bring the whole family if you want, watch it on the tournament. So we're going to have to see, you might get an opportunity to get casted and a bit of the prize pool money at the same time and showcase your skills. So it's been me, Haza, Llama, all up in the booth here tonight. So we'll see you next month.